Ready? Play.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are. We are in Australia mode. So for us, we are thinking about the evening as it is in Adelaide, where Roberto Bautista Agut is playing Thanasi Kokkinakis in the Adelaide 2 semi-final. Of course, the defending champion Kokkinakis, Bautista Agut to serve, and he's already 30 love up. Mario, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. It's a nice morning, and it's an interesting match. Two players that can match up really well, I think.
Yeah. What's your prediction for today, Jamie?
I'm gonna go for Kokkinakis in 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go Bautista Agut. Straight sets. Mario?
Same you.
Yeah.
Bautista in straights. I don't know, but two close sets.
I'm going to dive to my kitchen and grab my coffee before my house burns down. I'll be back in 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
40 love now, isn't it?
I was thinking that, in my opinion, Bautista Agut has not a bad draw in Melbourne.
Okay.
He's close to Kokkinakis. They're close in the draw. I think they can meet in the third round.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is Berrettini.
Let me have draw up. Just going to get the draw up and have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's not that bad, considering how. Yeah, all the possibilities.
Yeah, so they're in the same section as Berrettini, did you say?
Yeah. One of them will be in the fourth round.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I would still fancy Berrettini potentially against these two, but I don't. Well, how about you, Mario?
Berrettini is doing quite well, in my opinion, but I don't know. I feel that both players can be dangerous for him, because they usually play very well on these courts. I see Bautista Agut always doing very well in January in Australia. So I don't know. It's a tricky section, in my opinion, because who knows? And I also think that Kokkinakis, even if last year went out in the first round, I think he can. He's also able to find some confidence in front of his own crowd. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I also wonder how much him going out in the first round last year was kind of related to him winning this last year as well. Because I think you often see that, don't you, when a player wins a title, wins their first title, it's such an emotional high that it's quite difficult to maintain it then for when the Grand Slam starts.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I think let's hope that neither of these two players, I mean, Kokkinakis, I believe, could well be in action on Monday. I think he's in the top half of the draw.
No, they will play on Tuesday. They can meet in the third round. Bautista Agut and Kokkinakis.
Okay. By the way, Mario, have you got your quarterfinal predictions made up?
The women's. You
tell me the women's then, if you want.
No, because the women's, I still haven't done my women's draw.
Okay, what about the men's?
Okay, as for the men's, I've given some faith in Rafael Nadal, but I, like you, I've picked Tiafoe.
Okay.
And Tiafoe against Medvedev, because for me, Korda is very dangerous, but I don't think he'll beat Medvedev in best of 5.
Okay.
And so I have these two, and then I have Felix against Yannick Sinner.
Yeah.
So I made
Yannick
the
Sinner,
surprise.
okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
made this surprise.
Is that
so no
Italian bias?
Tsitsipas.
Is that there, Mario? There's some Italian bias.
I think that Sinner is, if fit, could take revenge against Tsitsipas. I don't know. I have this feeling.
Okay.
And then I had Rune Djokovic and Fritz Ruud.
Oh, Fritz Ruud, not because do you have Murray beating Berrettini? Am I right?
I feel that in the first match of the tournament, Murray can be dangerous, like he was against Tsitsipas in New York. But I don't know. I know that Berrettini beat Murray several times, but who knows? I think that Kokkinakis can be a dangerous player in that section of the draw, in front of his own crowd.
What were your initial thoughts? It's 1-1, by the way, guys, and we will get back to commentary of Kokkinakis Bautista Agut. And if anything sensational happens, we will definitely let you know. But I do want to hit Jamie. What were your general thoughts on the draw?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was an exciting draw. I think, I guess on the men's side, right? It's obviously I think the absence of Alcaraz is obviously felt quite significantly.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously Djokovic is kind of everybody's favourite for the men's, and I think the draw certainly would have done sort of little to sort of change people's minds on that. Potentially may even have strengthened people's view that Djokovic is a big favourite. I think he's got a favourable draw. I think Nadal has a difficult draw. I think everybody's spoken about that. Draper in the first round. He probably couldn't have picked a harder first round actually than Jack Draper. And I wonder if that's even more the case now that he's actually gone out today as well. What we were just speaking about kind of.
Draper lost to Kwon, did he? I was wondering about that.
Yeah. So the winner of this match plays Kwon, which is obviously was slightly surprising, but I guess he's had a good run. So yeah, I mean the draw was really interesting. I think it's I haven't done my predictions as yet, but I'm looking forward to doing them. And on the women's side, I think Swiatek seems to have quite a difficult draw, I would say.
Yeah. Daniel Collins, fourth round, first round Niemeyer. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And there's one interesting quirk of the draw, isn't there? Is that the two, I believe this is right, the two former Australian Open champions in the women's side.
The only
two, which is crazy, are both playing each other. And another quirk of that is probably the only two ex-Australian Open champions in the draw are also not really contenders to win the title this year, but they're playing each other as well, which is interesting.
I've gone for a slight surprise there with Kenin winning. What do you think, Mario?
Yesterday I was saying that Kenin is playing good, but I don't. I feel like a three-setter with Azarenka winning it.
Yeah. All right, listen, it's 1-1, 30-all on the Bautista Agut serve. So RBA under a bit of pressure here. I mean, Kokkinakis, by the way, was love 30 on his own serve. First serve in there for RBA, going for the 1-2, but not successful with that. Now on the forehand to the backhand slice, a couple of slices in a row. Nice depth there on the slice from Kokkinakis, who goes for the forehand slice. He's turned into Tatiana Maria here for some reason, or Ash Barty perhaps, on both sides. He's gone for the forehand slice again. It's almost like watching me play, actually, sometimes. And he's doing it again. I don't know if this is a tactic or not, Mario, with these slices. But he's lost the point.
Yeah, I feel that Bautista Agut is one of the strongest player when you get into a rhythmic rally, shot over shot, topspin. Bautista is difficult to overpower Bautista Agut and to hit a winner against him. So yeah, probably it can be a good tactic, but Kokkinakis needs to stay deep with his shots. If not, that is the risk.
Yeah, but not Allison risk.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done that joke about 3 or 4 times in the last few months. Anyway, 40-30 game point, Bautista Agut. So interestingly, of course, Mario and I have pretty much the same prediction. Bautista Agut holds, by the way, 4-2-1. Mario and I pretty much have the same
What's happening? They are talking to each other.
Oh, really? They're not happy. Let me see if I can hear. Oh, no, it's gone to the commercial. Are they having a quick chat, are they?
That's got to be one of the most frustrating things, right? When that happens and they still go to a commercial, or when the player's talking to an umpire and arguing and it still just goes off.
Yeah.
I don't know, no idea what that was about.
It's I haven't heard very well because I was listening also to you. Probably needs he's taking something, Bautista Agut.
Can you still see it, Mario? Is there no commercial on yours?
No, I'm on Tennis TV.
Ah, okay. On ours on Eurosport, it's just gone for a commercial.
He's about 15 seconds ahead of us as well.
Okay.
Mario arrives in Bonn on Sunday.
No, probably there's someone. I don't want to say something wrong, but if I've understood well, probably there's someone who's annoying
in the crowd.
In the crowd, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's Nick Kyrgios in there trying to put Bautista Agut off.
Him and Djokovic have been playing like an exhibition, haven't they?
Yes. Did that go ahead in the end?
Yeah, I think so. Why? Oh, because of doubts over injuries and stuff.
Yeah, because of Djokovic's injury.
Yeah, his hamstring. Yeah, no, I think I saw Djokovic just now on the screen. So yes, I think it did go ahead.
Okay. So Mario's arriving at Talking Tennis Towers next week.
Talking Tennis Towers. Mario will be here in about 48 hours, just over 40. What time do you land on Sunday, by the way, Mario?
Around 9 p.m. But I let you know the exactly.
No problem. Around is good enough for me right now. We're hoping to go live at 12:30. No, we will go live at 12:30 every night. I've got some microphones. I got a couple of microphones. Here's one. My other one is somewhere. Anyway, I've got microphones. Fingers crossed I get all the technical stuff right. And Talking Tennis Towers. Damien is arriving tomorrow evening. So the 3 of us will be here in my living room. And we'll be touching base with people such as Jamie and Jack and Nick and Jethro and Isabel and hopefully Vanch as well. Throughout the tournament, we'll have 1 or 2 new people as well joining us as well from various parts of the world, but mostly Europe and the US. And I will be having a few sleepless nights. Jamie, I believe I've got you penned in for Friday morning. I think you'll be with Jack and 1 other, maybe me, I'm not sure. But there's some interesting strapping on Kokkinakis' shoe there. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that's a poor forehand from Kokkinakis. By the way, I was talking to Liam Brody's coach the other day about Liam Brody missed an easy overhead at 40 love, I think it was, in one particular game, and he ends up getting broken. And you just when you miss the overhead at 40 love, it's like, oh well, it doesn't matter because it's 40-15. But then if you end up getting broken and then lose the match, it's pretty painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty painful way to lose your serve and then to lose the match for sure.
Have you ever missed an overhead, Jamie?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. I think
have you ever done an overhead? You don't do it. You just let it drop and do a little bounce, little shot like this, don't you, Chet? By the way, just so you know, Mario, Jamie and I have known each other 15 years. Am I right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and counting. Yeah.
15 years, not more, not less. Well, it was September 2008. United had just won their most recent Champions League. Arsenal were in a title fight. That was a long time ago, 2008.
Well, it was. Here we are back in one now, though, right? So you must be looking across at North London with envy. Mind you, this is the tennis podcast, isn't it? So,
I love the way you say across, but really it's down. But I guess maybe you didn't want to say looking down on Arsenal because they're not. Anyway, yeah, I gotcha. Listen, back to the tennis. It's 2 games all. In the end, a comfortable hold from Kokkinakis despite that poor forehand. Why have you gone for Kokkinakis, by the way, Jamie?
I think I've just been influenced by the fact that kind of he's at home, the partisan crowd. It does tend to lift his game to a different level, doesn't it? So I've just kind of gone with that. I think. I mean, I think if this wasn't in Australia, I probably would have gone for Bautista Agut as well. So it's just the home, the fact that he's the home favourite that's tipped that for me.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. 2 games all, 15 love, Bautista Agut. Nothing really sensational so far. Both players had a little bit of a scare on their serve by losing a couple of points, but so far pretty comfortable. 1 ace a pair as well. No more word on the fallout, as was probably suggested from Mario. It was probably just somebody annoying in the crowd. The Aussie crowd can get a little bit boisterous. It'll be interesting. By the way, Holger Rune, Nick Kyrgios, potential 3rd round. Potential. 4th round? No, 3rd, I think. You know what, Mario? About 10 times yesterday, I said 4th round. And every time I said it, Jack corrected me and said 3rd round. So I think it's 3rd round.
Yeah,
I think it's 3rd.
Yeah.
It's Novak playing the winner of.
You're right.
Novak will play in the quarterfinal, so there'll be a round in between.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
Okay.
But it feels like a 4th round. The problem is, Mario, it feels...
that's right.
It feels 4th roundy, but it's 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because 4th round, Novak is Carreño Busta, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, which does feel like a 4th round.
Carreño Busta, even if Carreño Busta is... I remember 4th round, Djokovic, Carreño Busta, it feels like US Open 2020.
Yeah.
He's had a few...
That was a very good win. That was a good win for PCB.
Yeah, an easy one.
PCB straight sets, I guess you could call it, straight sets.
And then went to the semifinals. So yeah, he was 2 love up in the semifinals, I think, against Zverev.
2 sets.
He was
2 sets to love up. Yeah. Listen, that was probably his best period of his career because he also took a set off Novak. He took the first set off Novak in at the French Open. So, he was probably in the best form of his career, I would say. I know he's won a Masters 1000 since, but in terms of absolute form against top players, that was it.
And also, let's not forget, he won a medal at the Olympics as well, didn't he?
He did, but that was 2021, of course. But
2021. Yeah. But I think if I'm right in saying he beat Novak as well,
and Medvedev. He beat number 1 and number 2 in the world in that tournament.
Wow. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
40-30 here. Bautista Agut on his serve. I'll probably talk us through this point to see if he can take us to a 3-2 lead, or for him a 3-2 lead. Let's see what happens here. Gets his first serve in, goes out wide. Going to go for the big 1-2, and he is successful. 3-2 Bautista Agut leads in Adelaide. Jamie, really definitely. I don't know if you've both seen the message we got yesterday from Nick in the WhatsApp group, but you should definitely, if you can, join the Popcorn Tennis League.
I did it.
Me too. Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Oh no, I did.
Yeah, Jamie.
Women's draw. I did it.
You've done the women's draw, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, by the way, feel free, Jamie, live on air to do yours if your phone is at hand and you've got the TNNS app. Feel free to do that, particularly during commercial breaks and other moments. By the way, I'm not doing this as a trick to try and distract you and to make some huge errors. And you say, "Well, I was doing it live on air when Roberto Bautista Agut was serving for the match." I don't want you to have that excuse.
You don't want me to put Niemeyer to beat Swiatek. Whoops.
My mistake. And you get to the final and you're like, where's Swiatek? I haven't seen her for a while. I think I said live, I did on the recording yesterday. By the way, Jamie, I don't know if you saw my prediction show I did last night. I've tried to go like Sky Sports with a big screen. And I've got an iPhone, but they often use the what do you call it? The iPad, if you like. But I'm using my iPhone, and I've got it shared on the big screen, so you can see my predictions as they happen. It's not quite touch screen. It's not quite Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher and showing the tactics there, but it's an effort at that anyway. And given my budget compared to Sky's, I'd say it's not a bad effort.
Yeah, I think I didn't see the show, but I did see the setup. Impressive, I think, John, considering
setup,
Yeah. No, it looked cool. And talking tennis is still in its infancy, right? So if that's where we're at now, I can only imagine where we're going to be at in a couple of years' time.
Listen, we are of us talking tennis. We'll be the same generation as Rafa Nadal's son, basically. So we are 5 months old. Rafa Nadal's son, I think, is about 3 or 4 months old. So we're the same kind of age.
You're just freezing a bit, John, I think. Yeah.
I'm not.
Your connection's going a bit.
Yeah, I am a bit. But if I freeze and you two are still going, then just keep talking.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if I freeze, you two can just talk through it, I guess.
But by the way, I noticed a minute ago, Kokkinakis went to serve, but he'd done the, when you sort of misjudge your toss. What are your guys' views on that? Do you think that should be a fault, or do you think that that's kind of perfectly fine if you misjudge your toss, that you still get a first serve?
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Listen, of all the issues in tennis, that is way down my list. Kokkinakis, by the way, 40 love now with a nice forehand winner there. So looking quite comfortable. No, I have no issue. It just happens. I mean, to be honest with you, even when it happens a lot, we go, oh, that happens a lot. It's probably still only happened 10 times in the whole match. And by the way, don't forget you got wind and all sorts of things can go on.
Yeah.
And by the way, but I just think that it's never. I don't think it's ever intentional. If it is, it's a weird tactic. Oh, that's a poor forehand from Bautista Agut. So it's 3 games all. Yeah, no, I have no problem. But Jamie, do you have a problem with it?
No, I don't. I've just heard people kind of mention it before and sort of bring it up as something that could potentially be tweaked in terms of the rules. But no, I don't have a problem with it. I think they probably would be more likely at some stage maybe to change the let rule potentially. But I don't even think they should do that either.
No, that's fine. But the other thing is, to be honest with you, with the ball toss, it's kind of negated. Yeah, he's ahead of us. It's negated by one of the reasons why I'm inviting Mario to Bonn, by the way, is so he's not 15, 20 seconds ahead of us. That's a good point. And a point for Bautista Agut there at the net. But listen, it's negated by the sort of 30-second or 25-second sort of service time. So because by the time you've got the balls in your hand, you've got to. He's kind of a mishit volley that. I thought he might have mishit that. I mean, it was an excellent point. It's great with a point when people are coming in and out of the net and going left to right, which is what happened there. But he did just get the kind of the frame of the racket on that rather than the central part. And I think it did help him win the point because it sort of dropped nicely.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's Jamie, it's negated by the 25-second thing because you can only toss the ball so many times.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Backhand error there from Kokkinakis. It's another comfortable service game at the moment. Looks like he wants to change his racket, by the way. He's suggesting. Yeah. 30 love here, Bautista Agut. It's been a fairly, with the exception of probably that point and a couple of maybe errors, it's been a fairly unremarkable match so far. I'm sticking with my Bautista Agut prediction. No reason to change that. Yeah, I just think that Bautista Agut is a solid player, and I also think maybe the motivation, a bit like for Jack Draper, maybe just like, you know what, if I win today, great, but I might take a few more risks. I might try a few new things, bearing in mind what's coming out. I guess there is a bit more pressure on Kokkinakis to take this seriously, if you like. I'm not saying that they're not taking it seriously, but let's just say you've got a match on Tuesday and you're thinking about that opponent, and there might be something you want to try out. You know, you try it out. When you're as experienced as these two guys are, and you've got 1 or 2 titles under your belt. I mean, I know Kokkinakis is not super experienced, but it's not like he's never won a title before, and it's not like he's never won a title in Australia before, because he did exactly that last year. And as we said, you know, he lost in the first round. I remember him winning in Adelaide a year ago, and then was supposed to play Nadal in the second round, but he was gone in the first. I think he lost in straight sets a year ago as well.
I think yes.
Yeah. And I think the same thing happened to Dan Evans a couple of years ago as well. He won his first title just before the Australian Open, and then he went out in the first round as well.
Sinner the same, even if Sinner was facing Shapovalov. So, yeah.
I think that year he won that title and went out in the first round. I think Ben from Game to Love had Dan Evans in his semi-final of the Australian Open, which was
I picked Evans to upset Rublev.
You've got Evans to beat Rublev. So you got Rublev to beat Thiem.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But I think it could go 5, that one.
Why not?
Yeah.
It could be. But I think Rublev will win. I picked Evans to beat Rublev in the third round, but Evans is out in the fourth in my prediction.
That's still a good run for Evans.
Against Rune.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Evans Rune.
So there we go. So Rune or Kyrgios would play Evans potentially, or Rublev.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good fourth. Listen, it's a tricky run for Rune. Listen, probably that for me has gone under the radar. Bautista Agut's held, by the way, 4-3. That's gone under the radar. Actually, I think his draw is tough. Third round, potentially Kyrgios. Fourth round, potentially Rublev or Evans, if you like, and obviously quarterfinal Djokovic. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. But knowing Rune, he'll expect himself to at least. Sorry, John, I was just going to say, knowing Rune, he'll expect himself to get to at least the quarterfinals, won't he? I think he'll probably expect himself.
Knowing Rune, he'll be like, well, if I don't make the semis, it'll be a disappointment. If I don't beat Djokovic in 4.
Yeah.
I remember, that reminds me, at the French Open last year, I think it was Jordan Thompson in the first round for Rafa Nadal. It was or Thompson or was it O'Connell? Let me just remember. It was the Australian, I think, with the moustache. Who's that? Rafa Nadal, Australian Open 2022, first round. And the reason why I want to mention it is because not Australian Open, French Open, sorry. The reason I want to mention it is because the other guy was getting really, really upset with certain things. Let me see. Who did he play in the first round? Not Moutet. That was second round. Thompson. There you go, Thompson. So in the first round of the French Open, Philippe Chatrier, somewhere that at the time Nadal had only lost 3 times in 100-odd matches. And the other guy, Thompson, he's getting annoyed. He's like, there's a forehand error from Thompson or whatever. And I'm thinking, you're 2 sets to love down and a breakdown against a guy who loses on this court every sort of 10 years. And you're getting stressed with certain things and annoyed by net cords or forehand. I'm thinking, you're probably going to lose.
I would be the same.
Yeah, but it's normal. I understand it if you're Nadal and you're making those kind of errors. But
Yeah.
if you're Thompson on clay in the first round of the French Open, 2-0 and a breakdown against a guy who loses, who loses about as often as we see a solar eclipse on this court. I think it's time to have a reality check. It's almost like Rublev as well. When he was getting stressed it was on serve in Turin, and it was on serve, and he's getting annoyed with an error from himself against Djokovic, and he gets broken. He loses the first set, and I'm thinking, don't lose your temper right now. But there we go. And I just, sorry, one more thing. I get it that, for example, Brian and I did a show on Rublev a few weeks ago, and we're talking about how certain players, Djokovic included, McEnroe especially, would gain motivation and even concentration from losing their temper. But Rublev then goes and loses. Rublev is doing fine, loses his temper, and then loses the set or the match. So it's not working.
Different.
Yeah.
Even because when for example, there's a moment when Djokovic goes a bit mad, it's more understandable. Even for you who are watching, because he's not doing so well in that moment, and probably he needs to sometimes to let things going out, and you understand it more. Sometimes Rublev, it's a bit weird sometimes.
I agree. Listen, I do think that sometimes, Djokovic is in the moment, and so by the way, it's 4 games all. But actually, you're right. Every single time he loses his temper, it's like, I get it. He's annoyed because there's a few drops of rain in the air and the match is not going well and he can play much better. And Djokovic's talent is here. And if your talent is here and you're performing here, that's understandable. But if you're on serve with Djokovic on an indoor hard court, 4 games all or whatever.
That's the fact.
Yeah. And then you go and lose the set. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
Yeah, when you were talking about Jordan Thompson, I was sort of thinking, where does it rank on the sort of Rublev self-hate meter? Absolutely. Rublev
I found it funny, to be honest with you, and nobody really was paying much attention to it. It wasn't that bad. It was just a few, things the way he's going. It wasn't quite Rublev levels, to be fair.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of one extreme, isn't it? I mean, I guess that doesn't seem to make much sense. But then, of course, we have, say, at the other end of the scale, we have maybe Casper Ruud playing against Rafa, and I think he's probably the complete opposite, right? He's almost offended to take a game off of Rafa.
I know. Well, to be honest with you, he was the same against Djokovic. I think he applauded. What did he do? I think he applauded something against Djokovic. It was very strange, Casper Ruud. He apologized when he won a point or something. It was an odd. I mean, it wasn't like a lucky point or a net court or something. By the way, 15 all here on the Bautista Agut, going with serve. Let's see if Kokkinakis can win this point and make this particular service game interesting. Forehand now, he's going for a bit more now, Kokkinakis. He's really going for a bit, putting Bautista Agut under pressure. Real good depth there on some of these shots from both players, to be fair. Backhand Bautista Agut. Backhand to backhand now. He's probably trying to avoid the forehand, but actually some good backhands. And he's gone long there, Bautista Agut, and it is 15-30. 4 games all, 15-30. That was a 16-shot rally to the delight of the crowd.
He's got a sniff here, would you say, Kokkinakis?
Yeah, definitely got a sniff. Definitely got a sniff.
And also a sniff at the set as well, really, here, because he's 2 points away from serving for it.
All right, calm down, Jamie. I mean, I'm all right with a sniff for a break of serve, but a sniff for the set. There's still lots to play for. He's got a sniff at the Australian Open here. This, by the way, Mario, Jamie and I sort of started using this expression for basically 15-30 is like you got a little smell of a break, And we started using it a few years ago, and we're going to try and introduce it to the tennis vocabulary as much. We've been doing it for 4 years, and I don't think anybody else in the tennis world is using it right now, but they will be soon. Good winner there from Bautista Agut, 30 all.
I wonder as well, John, if you could get kind of at some point maybe some kind of like animation when there is a bit of a sniff on the camera. That might be cool.
That would be very good, Jamie. But a couple of things. First of all, I don't want to copy Game to Love too much because that's the kind of thing they would do. And secondly, I don't think you're in a position to be calling the shots. Not yet, Jamie. I mean, let me make those decisions.
Okay, I'll take a step back. Apologies.
Take a step back. Yeah, back in your place. Okay, cool. So 4 games all, 30 all. Still, this isn't quite a sniff anymore, but if he gets to 30-40, it'll be a big one. Let's see what happens here. Backhand return from Kokkinakis now on the forehand. I think it's fair to say Kokkinakis feels more comfortable on the forehand than the backhand. Forehand Bautista Agut, and he's forced the error, and it's 40-30.
You're slightly ahead of me as well, John, I think. So I'm quite a bit behind here.
Okay, you might be able to refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next week there'll be Damien, myself, and Mario live commentating. I still suspect Mario somehow will be finding some feed about 30 seconds ahead of us. He'll be watching the same screen. But somehow his mind will be 30 seconds ahead. And he'll be going, what a point! And Damien and I will be going, what point? It's still 30 all. Exactly.
Look at what's going to happen.
Okay. I'm watching. Forehand defense there from... Okay. Oh, what a drop. What a lovely drop volley. And that one was an intentional one from Bautista Agut. Perfect on the racket there. Nice.
Yeah, I've just seen that as well.
Kokkinakis there with a backhand down the line effort, but an excellent volley from Bautista Agut to bring up 5-4. Nice.
Yeah, Bautista hit a great backhand down the line when he was in a defensive situation, and he turned things in the rally. Was an amazing play. Yeah.
Great feel, great touch at the net there to sort of kill the power.
Definitely, yeah.
Mario, me and John have seen Bautista Agut play a Wimbledon semi-final against Djokovic. Yeah, I think that was.
Yeah, there were the big three and Bautista Agut.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the good thing at Wimbledon, of course, Jamie, is that when you buy your ticket for the semi-final, you've got both matches. So, of course, we also went to the French Open the same year, didn't we? The same summer. And you had both semi-finals, I think. The Federer-Nadal one and also Djokovic team. But I only had Djokovic team. And in the end, we actually didn't watch the second day because it was raining. We got our money back on those tickets, though, right? Yeah,
we got a refund back, didn't we? Because of the rain. Yeah.
And then we watched the 5th set in the pub the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we went off to Lisbon and we went and watched the Nations final. What do you call it? The Euro Nations final between Portugal and Portugal and the Netherlands.
That's right. And that was a fun summer. And we also had the England fans were there as well, weren't they? Because I think England were potentially due to play in that match, so they didn't get through. But we were. That's right. Yeah, we were kind of caught up in the midst of the England ultras in Porto.
Oh yeah, and they were singing Harry Maguire songs. By the way, Mario is a football fan as well. Mario, which is your team in Italy?
Napoli.
Oh. Good season so far.
Yeah, fingers crossed. There's a lot of similarities between Arsenal and Napoli this season. 2 great seasons.
Yeah, both top of the league. Yeah. Are Napoli playing this weekend? Do you know who they're playing, Mario?
Juventus tonight.
Ooh. Can we do a watch along?
In Naples?
In Naples.
Okay.
Wow. Watch along, maybe?
a tennis watch along, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if we can squeeze some tennis in. I've seen Maradona play tennis. Have you ever seen that? I've seen him come on court a couple of times. Yeah.
I saw some videos.
Some clips, yeah.
Some clips.
So Matthew's talking about the Bautista Agut stag, and I do remember that vaguely from that year. His stag was postponed, and he threw his friends over to Wimbledon instead.
Yeah.
Memory.
Good point, Matthew. Yeah. Yeah, he was going to get. I guess he didn't expect to make the semi-finals. I've retold this anecdote a few times, but I'm going to do it again, maybe for the last time. So at Wimbledon last year, I actually interviewed Bautista Agut quite close up, and it was Kokkinakis, by the way, 30 love on his serve with another ace, so things are very comfortable on serve at the moment. Anyway, so Bautista Agut and I are in a hallway in the bowels of Wimbledon, sort of stands, etc., or whatever. And suddenly they say, "Does anyone want to interview Roberto Bautista Agut?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Quite. It wasn't a press conference; it was a much closer sort of situation. So now there's just me and Bautista Agut in a room, and I'm pretty sure he's won, but that's all I know. And so now I've got to say, what the hell do I say? I say, "Good result today, Roberto. Good result. Yeah, very good result." So what went well today? Just some of these sort of general sort of things. And then he talked about what went well. Then I said, maybe this year a run to the semifinals like in 2019. And he said, well, blah 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 blah. Yeah, could be. I feel good. And then some Spanish journalists joined as well. But for the first 60 seconds, it was just him and I. And then a day later, he tests positive for COVID.
Yeah.
God.
So, there we go.
You didn't catch it off
you've got a look on your face like I've heard that anecdote 27 times before.
You haven't.
Oh, haven't you? You're just very underwhelmed by
it. I hope you didn't catch COVID off of you, John. That's all I would say.
That's what I was sort of hinting at, but fortunately I remain negative. By the way, Kokkinakis 40-15 on his serve, trying to get it to 5 games.
Can you remember who Bautista? Sorry, John. I was just going to say, can you remember who Bautista Agut was due to play? Who got the walkover?
No, but it was the same side of the draw, I think, as Berrettini. So it was kind of like I know Cilic as well had to pull out as well, didn't he, with COVID as well?
Yeah, they were all on the same side of the draw.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All on Rafa's side.
Kyrgios side.
Yeah, Rafa, Kyrgios side, yeah. Berrettini, yeah. Yeah, because Berrettini and Rafa were due to play in the semi-finals, and I must say, I think at the time I was thinking that was good news for Rafa, but the biggest beneficiary of all these COVID cases, in my opinion, was Nick Kyrgios. I wonder if Kyrgios and Berrettini in a semi-final, I would have Berrettini as favourite for that.
Yeah.
But I remember Berrettini and Kyrgios could have met in the 4th round in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think Berrettini was people's.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a luck by Kyrgios, but he's been good to use it well.
Yeah. Had to play 1 game less as well. Listen, I think Kyrgios played really well. Probably his best tennis even was in the final, because don't forget, in the first match, didn't he face a match point against Paul Jubb?
Yeah.
Jubb was playing really well. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Good serve there, Bautista Agut. 5 games all. Again, not a single break point in this match. 43 minutes old.
No. Looking like we might be set for a tie break, right?
Yeah. What I'm hoping to do next week is to do what I did for the US Open, is to have all of us talking about different matches for the first week. So let's say it's us 3. Mario and I will be in the living room, and you'll be in the UK, Jamie. And just for example, and you would be watching Bautista Agut Kokkinakis perhaps in a 3rd round, as that could happen. And perhaps I'll have Mario watching Rune against Kyrgios, for example, and I'll be watching, I don't know, Swiatek against somebody. And then the 3 of us we would interact like we would normally. But to be honest with you, I would just say, Jamie, what's going on between Bautista Agut and Kokkinakis? And you keep me updated. And then we have Mario going, whoa, hang on a second. This is going on in the year 2024. Djokovic has just gone out in the 1st round to Rafa Nadal's son. And we'll do that. That's what I'm hoping to do, at least for the first sort of 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, I pretend to make my prediction, but I already knew who won.
Yeah, exactly. You already know. So we should all be going to the bookmaker and getting money on Dan Evans to reach the 4th round.
That sounds like a really nice way of doing it. Because it's, obviously, I guess it makes it kind of more. It's interesting for people watching it, right? Because they just stand across more than one match at the same time. They don't want to keep bringing it back to football, but a bit similar to what they would do with multiple football matches on as well.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I've got a drawing here, by the way, and it's not going to quite work yet. But this is my. I probably can't see it very well. My artistic impression of basically it's the Sky Sports. Can you see it or not very well?
Yeah. Can see it. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, we've got the various people sort of talking about the matches, and then we just go to Jamie. Tell me what's going on. Yes, you say like Sky Sports. I don't know how it is in Italy if they have a show on Sky Sports where Bautista Agut, by the way, 40-15 on his serve, very comfortable. But yeah, in the UK, Mario, every Saturday afternoon, there'll be, hundreds of matches going on across the country. And you have like people, in the studio talking about each match, if you like. I don't know if you have that in Italy on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, potentially. In Germany, I have something similar on Sky.
Yeah, in Italy, it's more on Sunday. Sunday is a day of football. Even if I have to be honest, that I only watch matches as regards football. I don't hear about a lot of comments and all these things because I'm interested in my team, in our league, and a bit of a Premier League, and then stop.
Do you watch with the commentary, or do you turn the commentary down?
No, the match. I watch the match with the commentary, but I have to say that sometimes I would like to turn off the commentary.
Yeah. There's a broadcaster and journalist in the UK that Jamie and I are very familiar with, a guy called James Richardson. And in fact, he covered Italian football for British media for about 5 or 6 years in the 90s. Anyway, but more importantly, he says that when he watches a match, he likes to have the volume down so he can have his own thoughts and not be influenced by the commentators, if you like.
I would like to, but I want to hear what's happening in the stadium.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Without volume is like, for example, on Discovery for tennis, you can take the ambient sound, no commentary voices.
Okay.
And it's okay because you don't have commentary, but you still can hear the stadium, the crowd, and the tennis players. So that's okay for me, but without volume, it's a bit dead atmosphere.
Yeah.
During
COVID times, Jamie, I don't know if you remember that far back. But anyway, no, you could have fake noise from a crowd, couldn't you? I think on Sky you could watch the match with nobody in the stadium, but like, hey, hey, noise is happening.
You could.
Did you have the same, Mario, in Italy?
No, I don't know if it has happened even with tennis, probably at the US Open 2020.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Australian Open definitely in 2021. I think they definitely had it. Maybe the US Open too in 2020.
I feel for Dominic Thiem because 2020 US Open probably the saddest slam that has ever happened.
Right. I get what you mean, but by the way, from a fan's perspective, I'm so pleased that tennis managed to survive in that. It was great watching. I mean, watching tennis from home was great.
Yeah, and at that US Open as well. Do you remember they had when they didn't have fans? They had like these like webcams of fans back home at the back of the court, and you could see loads of people like cheering and stuff. Yeah. Almost like Mario, they were cheering when nothing was happening.
Over and over again. Yeah. It was just, it wasn't, it would be funny if you had somebody like getting annoyed, but it was just all positive, You didn't have Rublev like going.
That was, but it's but saying that with Mario's right, it does make such a difference. I think I was constantly watching sport, football and tennis with the fake crowd noise because it did seem like it's almost more difficult to follow without crowd noise, with no sound, just the silence in the stadium.
I like hearing some of the voices. From the football when they're talking to each other. I thought it was quite interesting. By the way, 40 love here, Kokkinakis, to take us to a tie-break. I think we all pretty agreed, whatever our predictions were, that we all thought it would be tight sets. And that's certainly what we've got so far without seeing. It looks like an insect on the court. Maybe that's the highlight of the first set. Let's hope Bautista Agut doesn't find himself nor Kokkinakis in a sticky situation in a few minutes. Thanks, Jamie. It looks like we're going to go for a tie break. Let's see what happens here. Bautista Agut backhand return, forehand winner Kokkinakis. Tie break it is. Obviously, I guess Mario and I are going to have to stick with our Bautista Agut predictions for this tie break. Do you see Kokkinakis winning this tie break? Therefore, Jamie.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not seeing anything to change my prediction as yet. It's very close, isn't it? But yeah, I think that I think I went Kokkinakis in 3, didn't I? So even if Bautista takes this first set, I'm still gonna stick with him.
Yeah.
Just about to see the Australia there as well of my wearing the t-shirt that I always bring out.
Oh yeah, I did just get a glimpse of it, and I thought, hello, he's on talking tennis.
Yeah.
6 games, all Bautista Agut to serve, goes down the tee on the second serve. Good return there from Kokkinakis. He's in charge of the point, comes into the net. Oh, but he's in a bit of trouble now, and he's lost the point. But actually, that point really was there for Kokkinakis. But perhaps the decision to come to the net maybe was the wrong one. Either way, Bautista Agut won love.
I think Kokkinakis was very tentative there at the net, actually.
Yeah, you're probably
he could have put that away.
He probably should have come into the net a bit. He was probably a bit far away from the net, given how in charge of the point he was. Could have come another sort of 50 centimeters closer. And instead of having to pick up the volley, or if you like, the half volley, he'd have been able to attack the volley.
Yeah.
Do you see how I attacked the volley there, James? That's me attacking the volley.
Looks quite a meek attack.
Second serve, Kokkinakis.
By the way, Tim Henman always talks about the importance of the first point in a tie break. He really thinks it sets the tone.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. But my thoughts are, let's see what the stats are. I would guess it's like 60-40, which just is stats, if you like. I mean, if you win the first point, you're probably 60% likely to win the tie break. If, by the way, it's like 75-25, then I think we've got something. But Bautista Agut now 2-love. Yeah, and but by the way...
This rally is why I picked Bautista to win this match.
Okay.
I can explain with this rally why I think he could end it this way.
The long drawn out rally.
Yeah, I think that probably Bautista is more tactically more focused sometimes, while Kokkinakis sometimes is wastes a bit his chances during the rally.
2-love at the moment, or 2-0. I think you don't say love in a tie break. I think it's 0. 2-0.
Okay.
We'll come to that question in a second, Matthew. Probably at the end of the tie break, we'll answer that question. And Kokkinakis gets a break, gets a point, so he's 2-1. Sorry. So Kokkinakis lost one of his service points. And by the way, regarding what you said regarding Tim Henman, that first point. Oh yeah. This is funny for Matthew. Yeah, because I don't know if you heard during the United Cup, some of the comments from Tim Henman were, I don't know. Yeah, I mean they're not. Listen, they're nice, but he's not the influential coach. He's not Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp or even Carlo Ancelotti. By the way, Ancelotti, he was coach of Napoli a couple of years ago, wasn't he, Mario?
Yeah, it was. And to be honest, it's been the only. Among the last 12, 13 years, it's been the only quite negative period for our team, I have to say. Because we've been very consistent throughout these years. But yeah, that was a little bit of a down.
Yeah. But that's interesting because, of course, you also had who was the guy who coached Juventus as well, but it didn't work out, and Chelsea as well. What was his name? The coach of Napoli.
Sorry.
Sarri. Yeah, Maurizio
yeah.
Sarri. I mean, he was revolutionary. And the thing is with listen, we're going to get back to tennis. It's 4-1 Bautista Agut, but just very quickly on this, Ancelotti is a guy who comes in and he doesn't revolutionize a club. He just comes in and makes them slightly better, which is why at Madrid it's perfect. Perfect for Madrid, perfect for Chelsea in a way, a calm head. Anyway, listen, 4-1 Bautista Agut. This is huge. You would imagine 5-1 at the changeover, and it's a long way back for Kokkinakis.
Kokkinakis needs this point.
4-2 very much in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario maybe knows something that we don't. Let's see what happens here. Kokkinakis to serve. Ace it is. That's why Mario knew something. 4-2 at the changeover.
Come on, Thanasi. Still in it.
I'm looking
By the way,
forward.
would you normally care that much? Would you normally care that much, Jamie? Or is it because you're...
You're just cracking a bit, John. I think I can hear what you're saying.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it because of your prediction that you want Thanasi to win this tie break?
Oh yeah, of course.
We always want to be right. We always want to be right with that, especially with the predictions. I think in tennis, predictions are a lot more significant amongst the fans than in football, because football, we might joke about it, but we don't really care if we get them right. In tennis, it's like, oh, you said Rublev team would go 5 sets.
Yeah.
It went 4. It went 4.
It's right.
You know nothing about tennis.
Sometimes I make some predictions, and at the beginning I was used to share them on Twitter, and people were coming for me, were angry with me.
How dare you have a wrong prediction?
Yep, they do. They get angry. I've seen it with Vance as well. Vance will send out a tweet. You know, it'll be like, I don't know, so and so winning 4 sets, and it doesn't happen, and people are like,
Yeah, for me, it's a game. Even in tennis, it's just a game.
Listen, there's other people. I mean, I've seen when Boris Becker was on the BBC at Wimbledon, he would make about 7 predictions around the same match, and of course, one of them would happen. But he would. So listen, some people go for something and they make a prediction. Oh, there's a bit of an interesting moment here. Bautista Agut now 5-3, but Kokkinakis is not happy with something.
Yeah,
I think they're saying it was a double bounce.
I watched the replay.
Double bounce.
It was a double bounce.
But he'd lost the point pretty much. Let's have a look.
Kokkinakis was quite slow to that ball, I thought.
Yeah, it was a double bounce.
Oh, definitely a double bounce, yeah.
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
So 6-3 potential lead here, and then that'll be 3 set points.
I like Kokkinakis' shorts, by the way. They're quite cool, aren't they?
Cool shorts, yes, but not a cool situation. Bautista Agut gets an ace for 3 set points.
There we go. Kokkinakis
to serve. If you're Kokkinakis, get your 2 service points done, and then see if Bautista can serve it out. Keep him honest, as we say, Jamie, right? Keep him honest.
Yeah, keep him honest here.
I'll talk through these points because they are obviously very crucial. 6-3 Bautista Agut, 3 set points. Kokkinakis, can he get the first serve in? Let's see what happens. I'm going to not look at Mario. There's a lot of bounces here. 59 minutes on the clock. Kokkinakis must have clipped the net because that was in, I think. Kokkinakis now, second, no, still first serve, of course, goes long on the first serve, so it will be a second serve.
Well, the pressure's on here, isn't it?
Pressure is on, yeah. Forehand now, Kokkinakis goes down the line with a good winner there. 6-4, 4-6, I should probably say. Kokkinakis on serve, saves one of the set points. Two remain.
That was big.
Roberto
That was
Bautista
brave.
Agut. It was brave, yeah.
Lovely forehand down the line.
20 winners so far from Kokkinakis. That's quite impressive for a set.
Yeah, 15 from Bautista is also a good number.
It is a good number, a surprising number, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe that says more about Kokkinakis' defense than anything else. I don't know. By the way, harsh words there, Jamie, when you said that Kokkinakis was a bit slow to that ball. Maybe you were annoyed with him because of your prediction.
I thought he looked a bit cumbersome running up to the ball.
Yeah. Backhand return from Bautista Agut. Good forehand there from both players, actually. All clips the net, gets away with it, Kokkinakis. Backhand now to the forehand of Roberto Bautista Agut. Forehand, he's going quite big at the moment here, Kokkinakis, and he's gone too big and he's gone wide. And Roberto Bautista Agut has won the first set 7-6.
Oh, it's a poor backhand, yeah. Oh.
But he was going big, and he was thinking, but eventually he was always going to pay the price, if you like, I think.
Yeah, we must also consider 20 winners, but with 9 aces.
Okay.
While Bautista has only 1 ace and 15 winners. So he's been pretty huge with forehand and backhand, Bautista Agut. 10 net points won is also, from Bautista Agut, is also a good stat.
So you're getting all the stats there before us as well, Mario. We're on a commercial break again.
Yeah, we're on a commercial
break. No, yeah. While Kokkinakis has won only 1 point at the net throughout the whole set.
And was that was that the miss-hit volley as well?
No, that was Roberto Bautista Agut.
Oh, that was Bautista Agut, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Quite a long set, wasn't it? I wonder if
yeah.
By the way, he's still on track because he said the Kokkinakis in 3.
He did.
Absolutely, yeah, I did.
Still on track, Jamie. Still on track.
Still on track. I can't change it now. If I change it now, can you imagine the anger and the venom out there if I was to change?
On social media, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with it, but it's going to be tough from here, I think. Particularly the way he lost the set as well. It wasn't like it would have been better almost to lose a 6-2, 6-3, to lose a tie break. I think it feels like quite a long way back, doesn't it, at the moment?
Yeah. I said, well, actually, we're all still on track because Mario and I said RBA in 2 tight sets, if you like, and you've gone for Kokkinakis in 3, so we're still okay for now.
Yeah.
Bautista is 1 set away from his final number 22.
Ooh!
Wow. Okay, that's a good number.
How many titles? Do we know how many titles he's got?
11, and
that is 10. So Roberto Bautista Agut. To win 50% of your finals is Bautista Agut. That is Bautista Agut. And 22, almost 22 finals. So he should lose, I guess, this final. So that way it'll be 22 finals and 11 wins.
He's playing quad, isn't he? If he wins.
Yeah, so he'll be the favourite for that, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Quad, I haven't seen or heard from him for a long time.
No, this run's quite out of the blue, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're talking about out of the blue in the other ATP 250, we've got Norrie against Gasquet in the final, which is interesting.
Oh, Gasquet. Oh,
yeah. Gasquet.
I've got Gasquet going out in the first round, but I was not sure. I think it's an all-French affair in the first round. I can't remember exactly who he's playing, but I was not sure whether to put Gasquet through. And I really like Gasquet, by the way. I've got I love his game. I love his style. I love the fact that he rolls over and gets his belly tickled by Nadal every time they play. Especially as I think, and the Gasquet had the upper hand in juniors when they played. So, but got some stats there on the screen. But so anyway, so Gasquet's in the final. Is that in Auckland? Did you say?
Yeah,
Gasquet's in the final in Auckland. Yeah, he got a walkover in the semi-final against another French guy, Lestienne. Another French guy, Lestienne. Yeah. But yeah, I can't see him really troubling Norrie. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, he's got Norrie, and then on in the Australian Open. Oh, by the way, what's the news with I think he's had a couple of walkovers, hasn't he? Didn't he? Wasn't he supposed to play $7 as well in that tournament, and that didn't happen?
Okay, maybe. Yeah, he's playing Hugo Humbert in Australia, first round.
Hugo Humbert. I knew it was another French person. I've got Humbert to win that one, but maybe I'm being harsh on Gasquet. By the way, it didn't happen against $7, but he still had to play a round of 16 match against Sousa. Good win against David Goffin in 3 sets in the quarterfinal.
Did you see the score for that? I've just got the score here as well, John. Did you see this? How the scoring went?
It's weird. I've never seen a score like that in my life. 1-6, 6-1, 6-1.
Very strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a score.
I remember a Wimbledon final, 2011, Djokovic Nadal. They both won 6-1, one set.
Okay.
In the Wimbledon final.
It's pretty weird on grass in a Wimbledon final. Yeah, but it has happened.
But the whole match, just 6-1, 6-1, 1-6, 1-6, 6-1?
No. But one each.
So that was the first 2 sets, was it, Mario?
Second and third, if I remember well.
Just seems a strange score. By the way, things have started again in this Kokkinakis Bautista Agut, but nothing.
As for Norrie, it's his 11th final in the last 20 months.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
That's good. Have you got how many he's won there, Mario? Me and John can guess.
I'll wait. Don't tell us, Mario. Wait. So I will guess 11 finals. I'll say I know he lost in Acapulco to Nadal. I know he won.
They are 12 in total. 12 total career finals.
So
11
tomorrow will be 12. Tomorrow will be 12. Yeah.
Okay.
So until now, 11. I'll go with 4. What are you going with, Jamie?
I'll go with 5.
I knew you'd go one either side. I knew it.
Okay, I have 5 in my head.
Titles. How many titles has he won? 3, 4. Oh!
4. He's 4-7.
4-7. Okay. We'll be 5 by tomorrow, though, I think.
We'll see, yeah.
He has played a lot of dangerous players so far. He's played Tsitsipas, Berrettini, Ruud, Nadal, Medvedev. So
in his finals,
is not. Yeah,
it's tough. Yeah. He's had some tough finals. Yeah, I certainly remember with Nadal in Acapulco. He had Basilashvili in Indian Wells. That was a gimme, really.
Yeah, his biggest final, but probably not
worst
the most difficult one.
Absolutely, yeah.
You said that very diplomatically about Basilashvili.
By the way, Matthew here, good point on Gasquet leading the head-to-head over Humbert, so I could be regretting that. I must say, I've made a couple of errors with my predictions, or let's say I'm looking back with some regret. First of all, I didn't study the head-to-heads like this one. I should have done. Secondly, I probably should have waited. I should have spoken to Damien, who's a bit of an expert on qualifiers and challengers. I probably should have spoken to him first. Go on, Mario.
I saw your prediction yesterday, and I think Yibing Wu will beat Mute in first round, and then will beat Cerundolo in the second round. I made this prediction.
There you go, and I've messed up there potentially. I also think maybe I've gone too big on Korda. I've got him in my semi-finals, but...
Semi-finals, wow.
But that's partly because of the draw as well, because I think it kind of opens up for him a bit with Nadal going out to Tiafoe. I think Korda against Tiafoe, that's 50-50, I think, if that does happen. I think Korda's problem is probably getting to the 4th round, if you like. Yeah, I've got him in the semi-final. I don't necessarily think he'll be in the top 4 players in terms of performance, but partly because of the draw and how I think it might open up for him. I do have that. Oh, by the way, coming back to this question from Matthew, while we're just on serve at the moment, one love to Kokkinakis in this second set. No, but I guess it's on Netflix, available to watch now. I guess it dropped sometime this morning.
Yeah, 3 hours ago.
Okay.
3 hours ago. So it's there. My plan is to watch it when we finish this live stream.
So we've got half now.
5 episodes, 1 hour each, I guess.
Nice.
I don't know if I
I'm
watched
guessing, I
them
don't
in
know.
order.
I'm gonna try. And then the next
No,
batch
probably
will drop
I
in.
will mess up, like watch the fifth and then the third, because I'm a
He'll be ahead.
confusionary person.
He'll be ahead
Yeah,
as well.
you'll probably watch the fifth one first, and then you'll know everything that's happened.
For example, the one I'm most curious, interested in is Fritz Zachary Indian Wells.
Yeah, well, Fritz winning, Zachary getting to the final. Apparently,
Yeah.
Zachary talks a bit about as well how painful the loss to Krejcikova
Yeah.
was at Roland Garros.
Mm.
It was the year
Yeah.
before, I know, but she talks about it and how painful and
Yeah.
how much that affected her.
Yeah. So we've got
She
half
lost
now,
to
haven't we? And then
Raducanu as
half
well
coming in
New
the
York,
summer.
of course.
Sorry, John.
She lost to Raducanu in New York as well, same year. 2 semi-finals.
Yeah. So we've got half coming now and half later, haven't we, in the summer?
Yeah, June is the next one.
Yeah.
I think, by the way, and listen, Netflix will know a lot more about this than me. I think the timing is unfortunate. I would rather have this released in December, in the off season, if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, maybe it's because the target audience isn't you and I and Mario, really. The target audience are people that don't really watch a lot of tennis. Because you and I and the rest of us, we're going to find it difficult to talk about it. We will watch it probably, but we're going to find it difficult to watch it and talk about it because we're watching and talking about a million other things right now.
Yeah. I wonder if they wanted it to coincide with that's presumably it. Maybe they wanted it to coincide with the start of the first major, right? But
yeah, I guess, and therefore get non-tennis fans also watching the first major. Like I say, I think it's all about that. By the way, 30 all on the Bautista Agut serve here.
By the way, that comment there about the head-to-head, I think it mentioned Gasquet's head-to-head against Kyrgios as well. They could meet in the second round, but it's 6-2 to Gasquet. But it was
but I think he also adds that it was pretty much
2018. Yeah.
By the way, we've got 9 people now with us. Make sure you join us in the chat. Also hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new.
Yeah, it's like when we, for example, when we look at the head-to-head between Djokovic and Kyrgios, then, for example, we should know that he beat Djokovic twice, but in that 2017 it was a bit of a particular year. So even the head-to-head must be analyzed well.
Great.
Yeah, that's true. And also, as well, you could have a situation where Carreño Busta gets a win over Djokovic for a default and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Bautista Agut a few years ago, he participated in Andy Murray's farewell match, didn't he? In 2019, I think it was.
Was it 2019 or 2018? Yeah, 2019. Yeah. Yep. But there's been a few farewell matches that have not. By the way, one thing that's kind of gone under the radar and made me think the other day is the fact that any potential Serena comeback, you would imagine, with every slam that passes, it becomes less and less likely. I thought she might be back. Listen, not saying that I definitely thought it, but I thought she might even try Australia one more time.
If she plans to come back, we will know it at least 3 months before, because she left the anti-doping program, and she must re-enter it at least 3 months before coming back to the competition.
Oh, I see. Okay, and that would be a big sign that the rumor mill, if she rejoined it, then that would be like, oh, she's coming back, But listen, if it doesn't happen in 2023, so in other words, if it doesn't, I don't think she'll come back for the French. But if she was to come back for Wimbledon or the US Open, the problem I think that she also has is we talk about the farewell match that Maui had. She had like a farewell tour, and it was sellout stadiums and celebrities were in the audience, whether it be Mike Tyson or film stars and rock stars and stuff were there to watch her. And there was all the emotions and goodbye Serena. For her to just walk back in the room and go, oh, I'm back. Would be a little bit unusual.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe my thought on her coming. Most people I spoke to, by the way, say she's not coming back. People that know her and know her better than me, that's for sure. Kokkinakis holds serve, by the way, for 2-1. Have suggested that she won't be back. And I guess really, I thought she might come back for Australia, but because the tennis was what we saw in New York was the tennis was there.
Yeah, but I believe knowing Serena Williams in the last years and decades, I think that her tennis was there, but not to win the title, in my opinion. And so probably she's one of those players that is like, okay, if I'm not able to win the whole thing, it's not worth it, I think.
Sure.
But I don't know.
But I think with a bit more match time, if she played a bit more and stuff between, say, in the summer of last year, I think she could easily have got to the second or third round at Wimbledon. If she'd done that and then just played a bit more between then and New York, I think there was a chance there in New York for her to go deeper. I think if she gets past Tomljanovic, suddenly she's in the fourth round, I think. You're in the second week. I'm not saying that she would win it, but that meant the tennis was there. And then imagine her giving it one last big push between September and January.
For example, after Tomljanovic, Tomljanovic reached the quarterfinals.
Yeah, she beat a hard-hitting player.
Samsonova.
Yeah, Samsonova.
And then she faced Jabeur. And for example, I think that Jabeur is one of the worst opponents Serena could have met, because Jabeur would have been able to slice a lot, to make Serena run some drop shots.
Even
if sometimes you can also be a bit scared about the situation, and so probably too much respect to the opponent, and maybe try to change things and then playing a bad match. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. But then Serena could also have hit her off the court. Don't know. It's all ifs, buts, and maybes. But listen, maybe she gets to the quarterfinals and then she loses in 3 sets there and has another excellent sort of goodbye, if you like.
Yeah, no,
But that's no shame in that. And I don't know. I hope she doesn't. She probably won't, because she's very, very busy. But I hope she doesn't regret retiring and thinking what might have been if she'd have just given it one last push for Australia. But now she's not there in Australia. I guess my consideration that she might come back, I guess it's unlikely, unless she decided Wimbledon and New York, just one last go for that. But if she's going to do Wimbledon and New York, why not do Australia in a way? But there we go. Okay, anyway, she's retired, and I guess that probably is it. Talking of tennis anyway, it's 2-1 to Kokkinakis, 15-all on the Bautista Agut serve. Pretty unremarkable match, probably apart from the tie-break so far. But Kokkinakis changing his T-shirt. I don't know if that'll bring about a change in luck for him. Let's see.
And yeah, talking about going back to sort of retiring and players coming back, do you think we'll ever see Ash Barty back at some stage?
Yes, I do. I do think we will. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've seen players in the past retire quite early, quite young, and then come back. Kim Clijsters,
Justin Hingis.
Justin Henin.
I think she retired and came back and won a slam. Hingis,
and Clijsters did as well. She came back and won the US Open twice after retiring once. Yeah. So,
and
I
also
agree.
Ash Barty is so young, and she's a competitor, I think. But listen, again, could be wrong. I don't know. But if I had to say, I'd go 60-40. But it is partly because of her age, if you like. And she's retired as well. She retired once already before.
Ash Barty?
Yeah. She quit and came back.
Right, yeah.
It was only a few months, I think, Mario, right?
Yeah, and that's why I probably this time think she won't come back. I don't know. I at least in her words, she say, she of course she loves tennis, etc. But probably, I don't know, she doesn't like too much to live on tour. But life is she can come back because life sometimes it's unpredictable, and maybe in 2-3 years she can tell herself like, why not give another try? Yeah.
Got a break point here for Kokkinakis at 1-2. Bautista Agut second serve. So I'm going to talk us through this point. Backhand return from Kokkinakis. Forehand now from Bautista Agut. Good depth on that forehand. Good depth on that forehand as well. Backhand, bit short that one. Slice there from Kokkinakis. Now Kokkinakis under a bit of pressure. Another slice there from Kokkinakis. Backhand. Forehand now for Bautista Agut, going into the backhand of Kokkinakis, switching it up to the forehand now, Bautista Agut. This is a really 50-50 point. Maybe Bautista Agut is slightly in charge of it now, and Kokkinakis goes long and slightly wide.
Yeah, Kokkinakis is playing great in the big points today.
Yeah, Bautista Agut was hitting his forehand there, especially at the start. Such great length on it, right at the baseline.
Juice.
That was a nice point. We haven't had that many kind of really engaging points like that, I would say.
I'll be back in a second. Speak to you soon.
Oh.
Something's happened.
A bad return. Okay. A doable return.
2 on advantage. Bautista Agut. Yeah, on the second serve as well, right into the net.
Yeah, that's the difference so far. The level-wise, technical, tactical is like a 50-50 thing. But when things matter a lot, Kokkinakis is a little bit less. I don't know. You trust more in Bautista Agut during a big moment.
Yeah, I agree. That was we missed a poor volley there.
Yeah, right? Now he missed a volley.
A really nice swing volley, but then a terrible backhand volley. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of been very even, but as you say, Bautista Agut has played the big points far more solidly, and maybe that's the kind of greater sort of experience, big game experience that you and John were talking about.
Even now, credits to him, because after missing a volley, he's down the serve and volley, coming forward again. Yeah, that's. Oh. No, there's a close shot that I need to see the challenge.
Okay. You're right though, good point. As soon as he made the volley at the net, he was straight back in the next point, which is impressive.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. Let's say this.
Okay, I'm at that point now, yeah. Was that called in or out, Mario?
By the way, I wanted to ask you, some people, 80% of people are more in favor of OK Live, but some people still likes line judges and players asking for the challenge. I'm the 80%. I prefer OK Live because sometimes then the chair umpire needs to choose if to replay the point, if to give the point. Are you the same?
That's a good question. I think I missed something about how it used to be. I think I might be one of the 20%.
Okay. It's okay. In fact, there are still a lot of big events who still has the challenge, like Wimbledon himself or the ATP finals too.
Yeah, sure. I think I can see what you're saying. You know, it's kind of maybe the match kind of flows better with the Hawkeye Live because there's not as much kind of interruption or disruption, right? But there is something kind of that maybe adds to the drama, I think, with the challenges.
Yeah,
yeah, which I probably would.
Yeah, probably I'm taking more the part of a player, and you more the part of a spectator.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and also I wonder as well whether when you're exactly that, when you're in the stadium, if you're actually watching it live, I think challenge system is really exciting.
Yeah, it's right. I tried. I always watched in Rome, but once I went to the Paris Masters in 2021, and it's good. It's good for the crowd when you see the challenge and you are, even because you are less aware when you are live because you are a bit distant. It's not like watching on TV. You have a clearer opinion. Live, it's more, let's see this ball.
Exactly. Yeah. It adds to. So you've been to Rome before. That's cool. I've always kind of been interested in the Rome Masters because it's kind of quite a historic tournament, historic venue, isn't it?
It's.
John said that volley reminds me. He hasn't seen me. He clearly hasn't seen me volley very much, has he, Mario?
I enjoyed that event a lot. I enjoy it. Now I'm interested to see how the 2 weeks will turn out since 2023.
Right, yeah. Is that starting this year, Mario?
Yeah, since this year.
Okay.
Madrid and Rome, both of them.
Madrid and Rome, 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the most predictable Masters so far because in the last 18 years, always one among Djokovic, Nadal has been in the final, and they won 16 out of the last 18 editions. Wow. But yeah, once I remember I was the final live and watched Murray winning it in that amazing Murray season.
Yeah, that was against Djokovic, right?
Yeah, against Djokovic, a clear 6-3, 6-3.
Yeah. He was there for that. Wow, that must have been fun.
Yeah, and then there was also the rise of Zverev in Rome, the year 2017.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? About the change to 2 weeks?
I have to be honest, I have to say that I still don't know how to say. I have to leave the clay season to experience even because there will be Challenger 175 for players who were out in the first week of the tournament. So it's pretty strange. We have to see, even because from 2025 also Canada and Cincinnati are gonna be two weeks each.
Yeah. I think as you say, I think we're probably going to have to see how it plays out, right? To see what it's like. But I think there is something that I really like about the format that was there before. I think we're probably going to lose we're probably going to lose something and gain something, right, from this change. I think we're going to lose the just the fact that when they're week long, there's always great matches every day. Normally more than one. There's always so much going on in that few days. So now it's going to be more spread out. We're probably going to be able to watch more tennis, right? But it just might not be as dramatic, maybe every day.
Yeah, probably yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are 3 games. So
still no break in the match.
Yeah, no breaks.
No. 1 break point for Kokkinakis, which he could take. So, yeah, very close. Did we remember who Kokkinakis is playing in the first round in Australia in the Aussie Open though? Fognini, yeah.
Bonini
Okay.
and the winner against Berrettini or Murray.
Okay. Yep. Right. Good serve and volley there from Kokkinakis.
Yeah, it's strange that Kokkinakis has come to the net less often than Bautista. 16 times Bautista Agut and only 6 for Kokkinakis.
So yeah, surprising. And Bautista Agut's won 14 out of 16 as well, which is a great return.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's maybe what Kokkinakis has to do more, you know.
Oh.
Here we go.
Great from Bautista Agut now, but yeah, Kokkinakis should have done more.
But it is good from Bautista Agut.
Yeah, really good. Really good. The smash was not easy, but he could have sliced more and went cross court.
But it was a good backhand. So basically, just for those not watching but listening to us, there was a smash here for Kokkinakis, didn't put it away. Bautista Agut takes advantage with a backhand passing shot. But it was a difficult smash. Should have done better, but hats off Bautista Agut. Excellent backhand passing.
Oh, look shot. Now, when another volley, he's changing because 3 points and three times he's come to the net.
Oh, that's a good volley.
Okay.
From Kokkinakis.
So he'd only been to the net 5 times in the match, and now he's been there 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So he's trying to shorten these points. Maybe he's thinking about his fitness levels now going into Monday.
Yeah, but also because I say Bautista Agut is very difficult to beat Bautista Agut without trying to come to the net and shorten the points. It becomes very difficult. Bautista Agut has also a good record against Djokovic in the head-to-head. And that's why, because it's a very tough opponent from the baseline.
Yeah.
By the way, second serve points won. Bautista Agut is on 57%, but Kokkinakis is on 72%. So his second serve is working pretty well today, Thanasi.
Hasn't faced a break point as yet.
I don't. Bautista Agut has faced 1, I think, and that's it. I think we've only had 1 break point in the whole match.
Yeah, that's right.
And Kokkinakis gets an ace to lead 4-3. So we've not had a break of serve yet in the match, and we've only had 1 break point. It feels a bit like Turin in a way, because there were so many matches there. Even Rafa Nadal turned into a serve bot in Turin. Everyone was just holding serve fairly comfortably. But I remember the first match between Casper Ruud and I think it was Felix. Yeah, I think we didn't have a break of serve until the midway point of the second set.
We were just talking, John, about the change in format of the Masters being changed to 2 weeks, some of them. Yeah. What do you think of that? Do you think it's a positive, negative, or not sure yet?
I mean, I would be more of a fan if we lost a Masters, if you like, from the year. 1 Masters, maybe 2. I know China has been obviously a question mark on both the women's and the men's side, but women's in particular. But I would probably like, I don't know which one, because I think each Masters has its own character. Monte Carlo and the scenes, Rome and Madrid, or Rome definitely has to stay for me. Madrid has its own charm in its own way, even if the shadow is a bit annoying. The Sunshine Double, amazing. Paris-Bercy, I think, is the only indoor hard court one, so that has to stay, I think, for that reason.
Yeah, Monte Carlo and Paris will remain 1 week events.
Okay. But I would like to lose. I would like to lose. 1 Masters. I want to see less tennis, basically.
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I watch even challengers. For me, it's okay.
I mean, listen, I love watching tennis, but it's not that I don't love watching it. I don't want to see more. I just don't want to see players like Carlos Alcaraz going, you know what, I'm not going to do Rome. you know, for
Yeah,
me,
but
when a player is saying they're not going to play a Masters 1000, it's like, you know, I want to see. I don't want to see players injured so often. I don't want to see Yannick Sinner, you know, struggling to turn up for Paris Bercy in the Australian Open. I don't want to see that happen. I would rather that, and I don't want to see players pick and choose. I want to see the best players at every Masters 1000.
In this, you're right, but I also have to recognize that the Masters I have enjoyed the most last year has been Canada.
Okay.
With Evans and Carreño Busta battling in the semifinals, it's been great. And for some people, I can understand that probably it's I don't know. It's less overwhelming.
I know the Masters 1000 I would lose, by the way. I know it. Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up watching Cincinnati though on Sky Sports, but I think What's your reason, John?
I like Canada as well, but I mean,
guys,
Canada.
we have 3 break points.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. 3 break points for Kokkinakis.
I'm on love 30 still, Mario.
Kokkinakis has 3 break points to the
And
delight.
I have to charge I have to take my charger.
Go get your charger, and I'll commentate on this third or this
Come
first
on,
3 break points. I'll talk about that, and then we'll come back to our Masters discussion. But yeah, I would definitely lose Cincinnati for me. New York has the US Open, so they got a Grand Slam. I know Paris is as a city has both a Slam and a Masters 1000.
Greedy.
Okay, 3 break points. Kokkinakis, Bautista to serve. Bautista Agut to serve. First serve. He'll be desperate to get this first serve in. Let's see how that goes, particularly given his second serve ratio. And he does. It's an unreturnable 15-40. Can Bautista Agut save his serve here? Let's see. 2 break points so far in the match for Kokkinakis. None won. We've not had a single break of serve in the whole match. What is going to happen here? Bautista Agut, first serve he'll be hoping for once again, bearing in mind his second serve win ratio is about 50-50. Goes down the tee, but he's missed it. So it's a second serve for Kokkinakis to look at. 15-40. Pivotal moment in the match, this.
He's played the big points so well so far, Bautista Agut, but
indeed he has. But he's got to do it again. Okay, we're into a rally here. Forehand to forehand. Forehand now to the backhand of Bautista Agut. Forehand down the line. It's a winner from Kokkinakis.
Yes!
Of the player and the delight of the crowd. He has
finally, I can say it.
Serve.
Mario knew that about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that was big from Kokkinakis. He sort of far more aggressive in the last couple of games, right? Coming to the net and go,
yeah.
It's paid off for him.
Indeed, it has paid off. And I've got my second coffee as well, as we are now in the second set. Are you still into your coffee, Jamie?
I do. Yeah, I do drink coffee, but I kind of drink more sort of decaf now, really, just to just to prevent me from just a bit hipstery, isn't it, John?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But really, you need to be really full on hipster. You've got to go decaf with soya milk. For sure. You've got to be in a cafe in London spending £8 on a coffee with an Apple Mac, but a sticker over the Apple sign. That's sort of really maxing out the hipster level there. So you're still 2 or 3 steps short, I would say, of full on hipster.
An Apple Mac over the HP sign or something, right? An Apple Mac sticker.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, 5-3. Kokkinakis, 15 love, 3 points away from making this 1 set all, to the delight of Jamie at least, and delaying my opportunity to watch the Netflix series. Right, by the way, here's one of my microphones. I was hoping to use this today for the first time, but unfortunately, I need to charge the battery, and I need to get it's not a same as an Apple charger. It's one of the regular sort of Android chargers you need for this microphone. So I was really disappointed last night. I was all looking forward to doing this on the sofa and relaxing, but I can't quite do that yet because I need to charge this.
Oh no! So you guys are going to have a ping pong tournament there as well, is that right?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Oh, nice.
I said to Damien, Damien, do you play ping pong? Because I've got a ping pong table, and he said yes. And I was in X team in Poland and blah blah blah. You know, who's Polish #1 or something like that. For yeah, look at Mario's face. Anyway, so and he even said I'm going to bring my own bat. I was like,
no,
wow, he's bringing his own racket. And then I said to Mario, do you play ping pong? And he's like, a couple of times, yeah. Don't worry, Mario. I've got lots of rackets, so you're fine. I'm hoping we're going to play tennis as well. But by the way, just back to the match, 3 set points Kokkinakis. So I'll talk us through this. 40 love, 5-3 to the Australian in this set. 40 love, 3 set points. Can he serve it out? Goes wide goes to the wide side, and he's won it. 6-3.
There we go.
Kokkinakis, 1 set all. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go.
Can I ask you why having a WTA 500 the week before a slam? I disagree.
You mean last week in Adelaide?
No, this week it's still a WTA 500, and we had both semifinals not played because they withdrew. Kudermetova and Badosa withdrew.
Yeah.
And then before
Swiatek withdrew as well. Swiatek too.
Pegula and Jabeur before the tournament.
And Swiatek.
Yeah, and Swiatek too.
Yeah, it's silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's like two WTA 250s, and it's okay for me.
Yep, agree. It doesn't make sense to me. Or make one 500, one 250, I guess. Also, why in the same city? Why not Brisbane or somewhere else?
Yeah. They're really they're really suffering almost a COVID hangover, aren't they, with the scheduling and stuff? They just haven't worked things out properly since COVID.
Yeah.
With the Adelaide 1 and 2 and stuff like that.
I know there's a change in not a change, but Davis Cup, ITF, and the Cosmos broke up, and so what's happening?
Some news. Sorry, regarding the Australian Open, just in terms of the schedule. I thought Nadal Draper would be night session. No. It'll be third on Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it's that slot, isn't it? Well, Rafa had that slot a lot last year.
Like
sort of 3:30, 4:30.
4-5 p.m. local time, yeah.
Yeah, which is about 3:30 over here or 4:30 over here in the UK. It'll be an hour.
Are you going to be able to watch it, Jamie?
I don't think so on Monday, no, because I'm working and I've got a graduation for the course that I've done. So impossible, I think, unfortunately.
Is that your sports psychology thing or?
Psychology, yeah. For the psychology graduation. Yeah, so that's a shame. I can't see that.
He might be his only match in Australia. It might be his only match at this time.
I know. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe there's not a Twitter account yet. Did Nadal win today? Because it's really at that kind of level now. I mean, he even lost a practice match to Hurkacz yesterday.
Right. Okay.
I mean, a practice match, but it was in front of a small crowd, I think.
And he lost to some paddling pools as well, didn't he?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, but to be honest with you, that was very poorly organised. They need to put sand in the paddling pool. Make them a bit bigger as well.
I think Nadal will win in 4.
Okay.
Really? Okay. I think. Yeah. I think it might go 5.
There were so many doubts about Nadal going into this tournament, but one of the optimistic lines was that he could have a couple of easy matches, couple of nice wins, get his forehand going, etc., blah, blah, blah. And then come the 3rd or 4th round when things got a little bit more difficult. Let's say he plays Nishioka, for example, in the 3rd round, then fine. But again, you'd probably be rather facing somebody like, I don't know, Rublev, for example, in the quarters. You'd rather probably have somebody in the 4th round like maybe Cam Norrie. I know he lost to him recently, but generally has a good record. Yeah, I just think Tiafoe, Medvedev, and previous to that, Jack Draper in the first round, even Nakashima second round.
Yeah.
I know he's been a bit off form recently, but
Yeah.
he's just going to have to hit the ground running.
Yeah. I think, as you say, I guess the Dow fans were hoping for maybe a couple of kind of easier opponents in the first couple of rounds. I guess you could look at it the other way, couldn't you? You know, if he was able to come through, you know, say a 4-setter or a 5-setter, then he's perhaps already played his way in the first round.
Yeah.
Which would be good for him.
Kokkinakis is playing unbelievably well now.
15-30 on the Bautista Agut serve. And Jamie, your prediction, let's see what happens here. 15-30, Roberto Bautista Agut to serve. Excellent return there from Kokkinakis. 2 break points for what I would believe would be 4 games in a row for the Australian if he was to do this, including 2 breaks of serve. He was really aggressive in that positioning as well. He was sort of almost ready to unleash, and he did there. 1 break point out of 3 he's won. Can he make it 2 out of 4? Let's see what happens here. 15-40, Roberto Bautista Agut gets his first serve in, slice return. 1-2 there from Bautista Agut, wins the point, 30-40. Huge point this now, huge point.
Yeah.
Huge point. Let's see if Kokkinakis can convert on his second occasion here in this particular game to take a 1-love lead and, crucially, a break at the beginning.
And good second serve this time.
Second serve from Bautista Agut coming up, but I already know what happened because Mario just told us.
He's like a notification on the phone, isn't he, when it tells you something?
Yeah. I think it was a good second serve, but maybe Kokkinakis could have done better.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
For sure. Halfway up the net, the return landed.
But in comparison to the previous second serve on 15-30, that's been way better.
That was almost like London buses, wasn't it? You wait for a break of serve and then 2 almost happen at once.
That's a British expression that perhaps Mario's not familiar with. That's a good second serve there from Roberto Bautista Agut. Forehand. Oh, what a good winner from Kokkinakis. Yeah. Third break point in this game.
Oh, wow. Didn't even see that on there, that inside-out forehand. Cross-court forehand.
No, I didn't see that one as being on. I know you said that he's picked up the level of aggression, but perhaps in terms of going to the net. But for me, throughout the match, Kokkinakis has been pretty aggressive. I guess he just doesn't want to get involved in deep rallies. Good first serve there from Bautista Agut. But good defense from Kokkinakis. Had to get his feet in order there. Oh, that nearly clipped the net and went over. Anyway, Deuce saved another break point. But yeah, I guess Kokkinakis, you don't want to be getting in a dogfight with Bautista Agut. You just don't want to be long rallies.
No.
Yeah, but I think he's not been so aggressive in crucial points in the first set.
Maybe not in the first set. Maybe not in the first set, true.
In the first set, yeah.
Oh, that's classy from Bautista Agut. Kokkinakis is loving that defensive slice return on the forehand side.
Fantastic hold.
You've got the hold, yeah. I'm just going to dive out for 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, fantastic hold, this one.
Big hold, yeah.
Because it's not only that you have saved 3 break points, but also you are stopping a bit Kokkinakis' flu.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the momentum, isn't it? He's perhaps...
Yeah, the momentum, yeah.
Yeah, Kokkinakis' momentum, yeah. And he served first at the start of the deciding set, and he's held, which is usually a bit of an advantage, right, in the deciding set as well, to serve first. Oh, some very nice looking tables there and stuff at the. I don't know if you can see that on your stream. The spectators at the side have got some nice tables, and yeah, looks like a very nice experience for them all there.
Yeah.
Still sticking with Bautista, Mario?
Yeah.
Have to, right?
Yeah, I don't like to change during the match. It's too easy.
Yeah, and that hold was big as well.
Yeah.
Another serve and volley there from Kokkinakis. Was that a serve and volley on a second serve as well, I think?
Yeah, because 158, so yeah, it was a second serve.
Yeah. Ace from Kokkinakis, make it 15-all. 19 aces now from him as well, from Kokkinakis.
19? Yeah. Yeah, it's a high number. Yesterday, 22 against Kecmanovic.
Okay.
But yeah, we have still a long way today.
Yeah, that's it. That's true. Was that a three? That was a three-setter yesterday against Kecmanovic?
Yeah, 3-setter.
Yeah. 15-30 now as well. So Kokkinakis is just kind of poor forehand into the net. So Bautista Agut has a sniff here on Kokkinakis' serve. Don't forget Bautista Agut yet to break in the match, but he's got a little opening here.
What a point.
Oh, okay. I'm on the second serve here at the moment. Oh, that was called in, was it, Mario?
Yeah. So we have 2 break points, but
fantastic
points. Return. Fantastic return, I have to say.
Yeah, fantastic length from Bautista Agut on both forehand and the backhand there.
Yeah, on the line, both on the line practically.
Yeah. Kokkinakis almost stopped thinking it was out, but he's going to be ruined that now because Bautista Agut has his first 2 break points of the match. Kokkinakis has gone long down the tee with his first serve. Oh, and Kokkinakis nets the backhand. Wow.
And so, first break of the match for Bautista Agut. Let's see how things have played out now. After having saved 3 break points in the first game, now he's got the break.
Yeah, absolutely. That just goes to show how important that first game was. As you say, that kind of was a complete momentum changer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bautista Agut held off the break points. He's got a break of his own, and now he is kind of looking in charge right now, Mario. Another winner there as well. Changes so quickly.
Yeah. There's been a big shift of the momentum.
Absolutely. It all happened in that first game. By the way, I've noticed on Bautista, I don't know if, on Bautista Agut's t-shirt, he's got a badge of a football club. He's got Villarreal's badge there.
Yeah, Villarreal.
I didn't know that. Is he a big Villarreal fan? Is he?
Yeah, and they have they have kind of a partnership, let's say. So he plays with his with the patch.
Okay, yeah. Still so secure at the net, Bautista Agut as well. Only 2 points lost out of 18. He's coming in at good times, right, as well. He seems to be choosing his moments very, very wisely.
And now we have two game points. So
Wow. When I left you, Kokkinakis was on the verge of breaking Bautista Agut serve for, I think, 4 games in a row or something. And now, as Jamie just said, with a 3-love lead, Bautista Agut is got one foot in the semi-final.
Yeah.
In the final?
Sorry, in the final. I said one hand. I was going to say one hand on the trophy. Then I was thinking no. So then I said one hand, 1 foot in the semi-final. Oh, I got it all wrong.
What did you have for breakfast there, John?
Some kind of egg sort of omelette with bread combination.
I did see, by the way, someone sort of come down the stairs and kind of deliver it. So that's the sort of hospitality that people can expect at Talking Tennis Towers.
Yeah, Talking Tennis Towers. We've got all sorts of things going on here. All sorts of busy things going on. We've got tennis going on. We've got live commentaries. We've got analysis. We've got food deliveries. I had the supermarket come with a big delivery yesterday as well. I've got a bakery below. We've not quite struck up a partnership yet. We're still in talks as to whether we can maybe promote the bakery, but of course, sponsorship costs. So we'll see. But we might just have suddenly croissants going across the bottom of the screen going, oh, try this croissant from this particular bakery, which I'm not going to mention right now. Maybe, we'll have 3 championship points for Djokovic, and we'll say just a quick word for our sponsor today. For this croissant. And Djokovic has won his 10th Australian Open.
Yeah. So I've got some. I'm playing some sport this afternoon. I'm going to play some padel or paddle this afternoon.
I knew you were going to say that.
Really?
So you're playing paddle this afternoon, yeah?
Yeah. There's a local squash and paddle club here, so I just signed up to it. So we're playing that this afternoon, which should be fun.
Okay, cool.
You played paddle before?
I've never played paddle. No, never played it. Tennis and ping pong is well. I play tennis, for example, about once a week these days. Nice. I played on Wednesday. We play on carpet, by the way, in Germany, indoors in the winter.
Okay.
I mean, it works okay. I mean, by the way, not the kind of carpet you have in your living room, Jamie. The ball does bounce. Trust me. But yes, and then clay in the summer. But ping pong, I play a lot of ping pong as well. In summer outside, but I've got a ping pong table here, which sometimes you see on the live stream. Right now you won't because it's tucked away in the corner. But yep. We'll be doing. I think I'll probably play a bit of ping pong tomorrow with Damien because Damien arrives. But we'll also play some ping pong probably next Friday when Damien and Mario are both here.
So you try playing with Damien first.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you tell me.
I'll let you know how he is. Yeah, I'll see if I can shake his confidence tomorrow. So that way he's lacking confidence when he plays you, Mario. Okay. 15 love for Kokkinakis. He really needs to arrest the slide, having lost the first 3 games here. Bautista Agut has got that bit between his teeth. Second serve here for Bautista Agut. He's very deep, by the way, there, Bautista Agut, in terms of return position. Forehand there, winner, but it looks like a challenge from Bautista Agut for this. But I don't think challenges are successful because, of course, the electronic line calling should be efficient. Let's see. Yep, clip the line and in. Okay, 30 love. Kokkinakis needs to hold serve here if he's going to have a chance to get back into this match.
Yeah, we've had 3 games in a row for Kokkinakis, then 3 in a row for Bautista Agut.
Yeah. Ooh, little net cord there. Oh, a little bit lucky there, Bautista Agut, with that net cord. Because it did mean that the ball bounced pretty low and was really tricky, therefore, for Kokkinakis to get the ball back over the net. 30-15. Ace Kokkinakis, 40-15. That's 20 aces now for him. 2 hours match time as well.
Wow, yeah. Mario just said he had 22 yesterday as well.
Okay, yeah. I think I heard that. Second serve points won, by the way. Bautista Agut is on 48%.
Yeah.
I think he's gone long there as well. So it's 3-1. Still the Spaniard very much in charge. Oh, yeah, and I also heard about this this partnership you were saying that he has with Villarreal. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, didn't know that either. I just noticed the badge on his top.
Yeah.
The yellow submarine.
Indeed. I remember Arsenal beating them in a Champions League semi-final in 2006. But I think, listen, that's a very lucky semi-final to have. I mean, Villarreal in the Champions League. Liverpool had it, of course, this year.
Liverpool had it.
Well, but
yeah.
Oh boy! I mean,
but that was a good Villarreal team, though, John. They had Riquelme.
Yeah,
Mr. Forlan at his best. Yeah, Mr.
Forlan at his best. That's not exactly Champions League winning material. Even Forlan at his best.
Villarreal, I think 2021 has beaten Manchester United in the final of
Europa League. Yeah.
But we thank you, Mario, for that. Yeah.
Let's get back. Listen, we're here to talk about tennis, boys. We're not here to talk about Man United losing to Villarreal. 15 all. By the way, big match tomorrow, Manchester Derby. Oh, big matches in Italy and England tomorrow.
Yeah, big matches over the weekend and North London Derby on Sunday.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that. Okay. 15:30 now, Kokkinakis.
Okay.
15:30.
41 He's still winners. Fighting here. Sniff.
Yep, sniff, definitely. I think the match has picked up really in the last sort of 15-20 minutes or so with a couple of breaks of serve.
Yeah, agree. Second serve as well.
That was a good kick on that serve. Oh, what a winner there, Kokkinakis. Another forehand winner. 14 actually in all for Kokkinakis. If you put that then with the serves as well, 20 aces, that's where pretty much all of his winners coming from, or the majority are anyway.
Yeah.
It was a tricky return because there was a big kick on that, and that did catch him out, but it was a good return actually. And then what a winner. 2 break points to get himself back on serve in this deciding set. Very long on the first serve there, RBA. So 2 break points, Kokkinakis. His conversion rate hasn't been great, though, today, to be fair. I think it's like about 1.5, something like that so far. Second serve here to look at. Goes pretty big on the return. Backhand now, Kokkinakis. Is he going to be tentative or is he going to go for it? I think he's going for it fairly much because he's getting some good depth. That's a good backhand down the line, but it's not a winner, though. Forehand now to the backhand of RBA. Forehand cross court. Backhand RBA slice. Is it going to go long? No, it's not. It must have just hit the line. Oh, boy. But Kokkinakis there's probably questioning whether that did go long from RBA, but it didn't. But it was an interesting winner in the end for Bautista. It was a forehand slice winner.
It was clearly good.
But a forehand slice winner, you don't get those for it. I mean, it wasn't even a drop shot. It was just a forehand slice that Kokkinakis probably wasn't really quite ready for. Yeah.
It's just
But look, he's questioning this, but I think it did land in. Oh, he's had a little stumble there as well. Yeah, he had a little stumble. I think that's probably what he's annoyed about. Anyway, 30-40, but that's a second serve here for Bautista. Second serve.
Something's happened.
Yeah, something's happened. Second serve here, Bautista Agut. So let's see what happens here. It's not going to be a double fault, is it? No, it's not. Good return there for Kokkinakis. Oh, but he's gone long, Bautista Agut. No, he's not. No. He's not. It's hit the line. Juice.
On the line.
Ooh.
Oh.
Juice.
Backhand. Brilliant backhand from Bautista.
Oh.
Again, poor conversion
Chris
rate.
is saying he doesn't care about tennis, but he wants to know who's going to win. I'll still go with RBA. Bautista Agut is the favourite right now, obviously, with the break advantage here in this set.
Yeah.
Saving 2 break points. I think he saved a couple of break points in the first game as well. An ace there for Bautista Agut. Nice there from Ghosty. Good tennis analysis from Ghosty.
Yeah, can't disagree with that. Not necessarily points though, right? That's
right.
The great thing about tennis.
Indeed. Some famous examples. Dominic Thiem winning more points than Rafa Nadal in the quarterfinal of the US Open in 2018 when Nadal won in a 5th set tiebreak. Also, Daniel Medvedev, Rafa Nadal as well this year.
Last year.
In the Australian Open. Sorry, last year. Yeah, thank you, Jamie. In the Australian Open. Jamie, I'm fine with you correcting me, but with such glee, it's not quite so necessary.
No glee at all.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, so Medvedev won more points than Nadal in the Australian Open final, but of course, Nadal won that. Most famously, probably of all, Liam Brody won 3 more points than Emilio Gomez in qualifying this week, but sadly still bowed out.
Wow. Yeah. That was a shame.
Yeah. Selfishly for the show as well. Imagine that Liam Brody has a first round clash with Nadal.
Right.
Whatever happens. And I also have a great question that I just couldn't use, which was going to be if he qualified, it would be like, would you prefer to play Nadal in the first round or would you rather play a more winnable match? It's a classic sort of FA Cup kind of giant killing. Would you rather play Manchester United, Arsenal, or Chelsea in the third round, or would you rather have a winnable one? But I just haven't had the chance to use it. Anyway, back to this match. Break point number 3 for Kokkinakis here. Can he take advantage of it? Break point number 3 in this game. But Bautista, a good forehand winner. Too short there. Kokkinakis, they're loving that slice forehand and giving Bautista. So it's another break point gone.
He set the winner up, right? That was a nice little assist. Here you go. Put that away.
Self-assist,
Not a great shot from Kokkinakis.
Looking to the sky.
If Bautista Agut wins this, I mean, Kokkinakis has certainly had more than his fair share of chances, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's hitting himself there. A bit of Rublev self-hate from Kokkinakis. Not quite Rublev levels, but still.
Not quite Rublev levels, no. Deuce. It's not done yet.
Oh. That was a great backhand from Kokkinakis to set up that point and then coming to the net and bringing up another break point. 7 minutes this game's been going for. Easily the longest of the match so far. 1 out of 9 for break points, Kokkinakis.
He's right, Kokkinakis.
Sorry?
I don't know if you have watched the first serve.
No, I'm just seeing it now.
I think he's right. The umpire didn't let him to ask for the challenge.
By the way, Chris here, because I said RBA is probably the most likely to win at this stage. He's big thanks from Chris on that one. But I'm really worried that he's going to come back in 20 minutes when Kokkinakis wins, and he's going to be really angry.
Yeah.
Don't unsubscribe, Chris, if you do.
Okay, Juice. This is a huge game, as you said, Jamie, I think, with the length that it's been. And he's gone long there, Bautista Agut. So it's another break point. The 5th break point in this game.
Wow.
The 5th break point in this game. The 10th in this set across, I think, just 2 or 3 just 2 service games. Or is it 3 from Bautista Agut? I'm just trying to get my maths right. I don't know who that is in the back lounge there watching. Maybe it's the partner of Bautista Agut. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just thinking that there's a baby or child there, and I'm just not sure that Kokkinakis is old enough to have like a 4 or 5-year-old child.
He wasn't watching the game though, was he? He's on his little iPad.
No, he's on his iPad. He's probably checking out the schedule for the Australian Open for the big hitters on Monday. Right. Okay. 5th break point. Bautista Agut to serve, gets it in. Backhand return from Kokkinakis. Backhand to backhand at the moment. Backhand slice from Kokkinakis on the defensive a little bit. In a little bit of bother here, but he's good depth there from Kokkinakis. Forehand Kokkinakis. Backhand cross court from RBA. Sticking to the backhands at the moment. And he's gone big on the backhand, trying to switch it up there, Kokkinakis. And it's deuce again.
Oh, God.
Ashley, it is in the 3rd set, and Bautista Agut is 3-1 up. I'll put that up on the screen for us.
But Kokkinakis is knocking at the door for a break.
Very much so. So RBA leads 3-1 in the decider. But as you said, Kokkinakis has been knocking at the door now for about 15 minutes in this game alone. 5 deuces. And I think he's had 5 break points as well in this game.
This feels big, doesn't it?
Bautista Agut hold here, and he's got 2 feet in the final almost.
Yeah.
Clip the net, so it's still going to be a first serve here for Bautista Agut. Oh, an ace for Bautista Agut. Game point now. Yeah, I mean, there is a slight advantage, I would say, Ghosty. Being on home territory, you would think sometimes the pressure can get to you, of course, as being a home player. I also think that Hawkeye takes away some of the advantage, because I do think umpires and line judges can be influenced by the crowd, but with Hawkeye, less so.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's big.
Look at this comment, Jamie, suggesting I'm the Roy Keane of tennis chat. Ghosty knows his football. Oh, nice one, Bautista Agut there. Saving his serve. 4-1 he now leads. In the fight. That's huge.
Wow. Who is he saying is the Roy Keane of the tennis chat? Ghosty?
He's suggesting I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seen Roy Keane's latest moustache that he's grown?
Yeah, I saw he's got a moustache. Yeah.
Yeah.
John.
Yes.
I need to escape.
Go escape.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Take care, Mario.
Bye, Mario. See you soon.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ciao. Forza Napoli.
Then there were 2. I guess now that was a huge game for RBA.
Yeah, that feels like obviously I don't want to say that, but that does feel like it could be decisive potentially. Yeah. Often you see with games like that, right? The Kokkinakis had so many chances to break, and
he's annoyed. I just saw him throw something at the ground as he's sitting there contemplating his chances.
Okay. Yeah. Be hard to pick himself up to hold serve now potentially as well.
Yeah. But he's got to keep knocking at the door. I mean, listen, he's still got, if he holds serve, he's still got 2 more chances to break Bautista Agut.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Yeah. So you're playing tennis once a week now, John, did you say?
Yeah, well, sometimes more,
Yeah.
just depends on the week, but probably in winter, slightly less, maybe 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
But yeah.
John, I'm just going to go run to the loo as well.
Do it. Do it. I think I did it once about 10 years ago. But no plans for that to return, Ghosty. Ghosty, do you have a moustache? Ghosty, you got to come and join us on Twitter, by the way. Get yourself a Twitter account. I know you're a bit of a social media skeptic. I get it. But and Twitter in some ways is the worst social media form of all, but can also be the best, if that makes any sense. Okay. Let's get serious now as we get to the business end of this match here. 4-1 Bautista Agut leads. Kokkinakis serving, gets that serve in. Forehand return from Bautista Agut. He's loving that depth in terms of his return position. Backhand to backhand at the moment. Good defense there from... Oh, what a good winner, though, from Kokkinakis in the end. He's still shaking his head, by the way. 15 forehand winners now for Kokkinakis, but he's still shaking his head. Clearly annoyed at how the previous game had gone with so many break chance opportunities. Who have we all got winning the oh yeah. Good one, Ghosty. Yeah, I love that one. But is it a moustache, Ghosty? Is it a moustache? 30 love now, Kokkinakis, another forehand winner, but that one was a fairly easy one, I would suggest. Yep, very handy for keeping warm in winter. I forget where you are, Ghosty. Are you East Coast? Should remember. Oh, Jamie's back. You've created a bit of a facial hair debate now, at least a debate between Ghosty and I. I did have a moustache about... so Ghosty's got a moustache. He's revealing a little bit of a clue to his identity. I'm starting to... Because Ghosty's there's a bit of a mystery about him. He's in the Southwest.
Okay.
There's a bit of a mystery about this Ghosty guy, but we now know he's got a moustache. So from being 1 in 7 billion, we've now narrowed it down to probably about 300 or 400 million people on the planet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
One of which is Burt Reynolds. So, we can't rule out Burt Reynolds, if you know who Burt Reynolds is, by the way, an American actor that I'm just going to check to see if he is still alive. No, he's not. So that rules Burt Reynolds out.
But he's the ghost. His name is the
Well, there
ghost
you go,
as well.
Ghosty. Yeah, maybe it's the ghost of Burt Reynolds. Maybe that's who it is. 4-2, by the way. Kokkinakis held.
He's mentioned Roy Keane. Could he be Roy Keane himself? He seems a bit too calm, though. He seems a bit too calm to be Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Got a good temperament, Ghosty.
Yeah, he's got a fairly good temperament, yeah. And he's a bit too jokey. Because if that was Roy Keane, he'd be like, come on, it's 4-2 here in the third set, guys. Stop talking about facial hair.
And he'd be one of those getting angry at our predictions as well, probably.
Yeah.
So he goes long there, Kokkinakis. But he held comfortably, which was good. Important for
Yeah, I agree. But he was shaking his head during that hold, like if only I'd broken serve the previous game. There's a little wry smile there from Kokkinakis in terms of the line clipping there. So 4-2 Bautista Agut.
Yeah.
By the way, you should, Ghosty, you should change your picture to Burt Reynolds, even if it's just for 24 hours. I think he's probably the most famous moustache in Hollywood. Other famous moustaches that spring to mind. Oh, that's a poor volley there from Kokkinakis. 15 love.
Other famous moustaches.
Other famous moustaches for me, Nigel Mansell.
The Chuckle brother.
Chuckle Brothers, but that's very British. To an American audience, probably not so well known. Let's maybe avoid dictators, because a lot of dictators tend to have moustaches. There is a suggestion that you need one to become one. But anyway, in Hollywood, what about
Stan Kroenke? Stan Kroenke, the Arsenal owner and also the owner of the LA.
Yeah, but that's niche as well. Nobody knows who Stan Kroenke is, really.
I think they do, John.
I don't even know what he looks like, to be honest with you.
He's the owner of the most recent Super Bowl champions as well. So I think
maybe he's known in the US. Yeah. I didn't even know he had a moustache. 15 all anyway.
He's got a white one. Yeah, 15 all.
15 all.
He did curse Patrick Vieira this morning.
So maybe he's got something in common with Roy Keane. Listen, he might get some more break points here. The way things are going.
Yeah, it's been neither players looked secure on their serve in this set.
No. Backhand goes long from Bautista Agut. So it's 15-30. Sniff time.
Sniff again. The crowd
really
are trying.
Bautista Agut. So, I mean, really, he could be up 4-2 rather than down 4-2.
Right, absolutely, yeah. This is probably the third service game in a row, I think, where he's kind of had chances.
Ghosty there also suggesting his age, by the way, in terms of Magnum PI. That's where Burt Reynolds comes from. Oh, yeah, Jordan Thompson, probably the most famous moustache in tennis.
Okay. Yeah.
Good morning, Nick, by the way. I just had a quick glance at the clock to see if it is morning in the UK, and it's 3 minutes before midday, right?
Yeah.
I even had the mental agility to do from 5 to 1 as it is here in Germany. Very,
Well, they say that men can't multitask as well.
By the way, we're at 30 all now. So Kokkinakis there going long there, and an unforced error will disappoint him a bit more. He is cutting a frustrated figure at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still got the mental baggage of not breaking serve previously, but he's got 30 all here, so he needs to try and put that behind him if he can.
But he's now 40-30. Sniff time, Ghosty, is an expression. I think, Ghosty, you just joined the live watch along just after we had our sniff chat earlier, which is basically something that it's not even British. It's a Jamie and I expression that we started to use from Wimbledon 2019 when it would go 50. It's basically the perfect moment for a sniff. It's like a little smell of a break, which is 15-30. But when you're getting desperate for your player, it's maybe even love 15 if you're getting really desperate. But 15-30 is for me, that's the sweet spot for the sniff, because it's not really a 15-40, even 30-40, and you're really excited about the chance of a break. But 15-30 is a little interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, it depends as well. If the guy's serving really well, you're not getting any chances, then you can kind of open it out a bit to 30 all maybe as well.
Ooh, that was a hell of a point. And Bautista Agut wins it. Some good defense there. So it's 5-2 now.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And he's just been so solid at the net, Bautista Agut, even there.
Love that we've got someone on Facebook joining us. Hi, Andrew. Make sure you hit that like button on Facebook, by the way. I'm glad to see the comments coming. Bring those comments left, right, and center, Andrew. Please, please, please. We love comments on Facebook. We love likes as well.
Yeah.
And RBA
5-2 now.
5.
Seems a big lead, doesn't it?
Does, yeah. I mean, for those that are just joining as well, Kokkinakis, I think, has had 10 break points in this third set. It might be less than 10, but certainly 7 or 8 anyway. He had 5 in one game alone. He just had
3 in the first game, didn't he, as well, when it was the first game of the set?
I think it's 8 altogether.
Okay. Yeah.
Indeed, he does, Ghosty. He had 22 yesterday.
Yeah. Been firing them down.
Yeah.
He wasn't broken until this. He wasn't broken until this set, was he, as well?
Right. Yeah, indeed. And the other thing with Kokkinakis as well, he was very close to winning 4 games in a row. I mean, he won the last 3 games of the previous set. There's really been some sort of ebbs and flows here, but whatever happened, well, no. If Kokkinakis doesn't win this, or in fact, if Bautista Agut doesn't want to win this, they both had their chances. Look at Kokkinakis. He's still annoyed. He's still annoyed about those 8 break points for sure. He's got to get it out of the system. Got to get out of your system. Make sure, I'm going to put in the live chat, by the way, the interview I did with David Samuel yesterday, Coach David Samuel. And he was telling me about how Barry Cowan would sometimes take weeks to recover from a defeat. And he had to tell Barry, he said, listen, you know, is tennis really important to you? And he's like, yes, of course it is. He said, well, you're wasting weeks of your year on this, if you like. You're wasting weeks of energy on you. So you're just wasting your practice. You're actually costing yourself. So if you really care about tennis, and I know you do, we need to get over the defeat a bit quicker. I'll put that in the live chat. That was from yesterday's episode.
That's so interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So
Kokkinakis is serving to stay in the match, by the way.
Yeah. So it's that kind of ruminating on what's happened, right? Which is kind of then, you know, not enabling him to be present with what's going on right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Got to stay in the present.
Exactly. Easier said than done, though, at times.
Indeed.
Big winner from
15 love Kokkinakis, by the way.
Yeah. That's it. He's cutting quite a forlorn, frustrated figure, but he's still coming up with big shots at times.
Really love Kokkinakis.
And I guess that, brilliant. That Barry Cowan sort of story, I guess that kind of is that, you know, maybe the one is the biggest difference, you know, between kind of the very top players and, you know, and a good player, that ability to be able to sort of brush off disappointments, get over them, you know, put them in the past and refocus.
We also had a good chat about Miles McLagan having match points against Boris Becker in 99. This really became a bit more poignant this week, obviously, with Liam Brody so close to getting through his first round in qualifying, but losing. I don't know if you saw that, Jamie. He lost 10-7 in the deciding set tiebreaker.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was a breakup in the third as well, because they only play 3 sets in qualifying. By the way, Kokkinakis is just ripping it at the moment on his serve. It's almost as if he's so annoyed at not breaking serve that he's therefore just saying, look, this is why it's so annoying, because I'm holding serve like a piece of cake. It's 40 love now, and he's just hitting winners left, right, and center. And he's sort of still shaking his head from the service game that he didn't break a couple of games ago.
Yeah, right. And he's still, as you say, he's still got another game. He's been so close. So if he continues, he's going to get more chances.
Yeah, Ghosty, indeed. I mean, every tournament, 99% of the players lose.
Yeah.
Nick, good question. I'd love to know your thoughts, but for me, yes. Kwon will be the second favourite, whoever wins this in the final. Kokkinakis going long there, by the way, 40-15. Do you agree with that? Whoever wins this is the favourite to beat Kwon?
Whoever wins this is the favourite. Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
By the way, also let me know in the live chat what you think about this, but you too, Jamie. Do you think Jack Draper losing today gives him a 1% more or 1% less chance, if you like, of beating Rafa Nadal? I think it's another 1% more. I don't think it shakes his confidence too much. Maybe there was even some thought process with him, like, I'm going to go for my shot here today because I've got a big match on Monday. Don't forget, if he played that final, it'll be 24 hours and a different city, albeit Adelaide and Melbourne are not far away.
Sure, yeah. But I guess with the fact he's never won a title before as well, I wonder how...
he's going to win a title.
He will win a title. He will win a title. But yeah, I don't know. I think 1% more possibly as well. But Kokkinakis holds comfortably.
Yeah.
But there is the other point as well. If he was on if he was on a real winning streak as well. Could he take that momentum into playing Rafa too if he had won the tournament? It's always hard to say.
But I mean, listen, it will also be probably Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon in Adelaide, followed by Monday afternoon in Melbourne.
Yeah, be interesting to hear what Rafa's thinking privately about that.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
No.
Okay, love 15. Okay, so this is your last chance. Bautista Agut serving for the match. Love 15 though. 3 points away from breaking. We're desperate here for Kokkinakis.
Are we going for a sniff at love 15?
This is a sniff, Ghosty.
Yeah, okay. Particularly with the stage of the match, right, as well.
Yeah.
Sniff. 1% more, Nick's saying, so he's agreeing as well.
Yeah. By the way, it's 15-all now after an ace there, the 8th one of the match for Bautista Agut.
Adjustment to travel. Okay, so that's a good point as well. So remind, where are they travelling from?
That's what I just said. You obviously weren't paying attention, Jamie. Adelaide to Melbourne. It's not that far. It's a few hours by car, I think, but probably no tennis players. They'll go by train. I think it's an hour flight, maybe less, 45 minutes. I've actually, 45 minutes. Okay, Bautista Agut, 15-all, 3 points from victory. Second serve though for Kokkinakis, goes big on the return, but it's a winner from Bautista Agut on the forehand side. 30-15.
Wow,
no longer a sniff.
No.
We were in sniff territory because of desperation, really. But now,
mind you, if Kokkinakis can get it to 30-all, that could also be a sniff as well. I think
because we're desperate, Although it really is a sniff because it's 2 points from saving the match almost.
Yeah.
50 winners, Kokkinakis, 35 Bautista Agut.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Backhand cross court there, Kokkinakis, but he's got it. Oh, nice one, 30-all. I was going to say he's gone long, but it must have just hit the line. Really caught Bautista Agut out. 30-all. Little shake of the racket. Listen, Ghosty, if there's a physical movement that suggests a sniff, maybe it's this with the racket as well. When players win a point. It's not a real big fist pump, but it's a little 30-all.
Yeah. Tim Henman, he would have been doing that, wouldn't he? That was the sniff.
Break point or match point. Let's see what happens. First serve in from Bautista Agut. Going for the big 1-2. Backhand slice for defense there. Oh, that's a tame forehand from Bautista Agut into the net. And we've got break point Kokkinakis.
Wow,
break point Kokkinakis. I actually want this to be a break.
Yeah, you want to...
break points 1, Kokkinakis. Sorry, Jamie. Break points 1 from 11, Kokkinakis. Bautista Agut, 1 from 1.
Wow. I almost want Kokkinakis to get the break as well, just for his well-being. I don't know if you can take any more missed opportunities. Okay,
30-40. Good return there from Kokkinakis. Good big forehand Kokkinakis, but also decent forehand from RBA. Going on the backhand now. Forehand RBA. Good depth there from Kokkinakis. Going backhand to backhand at the moment, although run around forehand for Kokkinakis. Kokkinakis again on the forehand. Backhand now to backhand. Backhand goes wide, Kokkinakis. It's an unforced error. He bows down to the ground. He's on his knees. He's not happy. It's deuce. It was an unforced error, but there's been worse ones from him today, that's for sure.
Bautista's drawing the errors out, though, isn't he? He's just going into lockdown mode on those break points.
I mean, you could argue, but Bautista Agut has gone in lockdown mode on his entire career.
That's true. Yeah.
Can't believe he's got 30-odd winners today. 35, I think, so far.
Right, yeah.
Deuce. So, break point or match point? Let's see what happens. I'm going to go match point. Shank forehand return, and it is match point for Roberto Bautista Agut.
Wow, that's not going to do Kokkinakis' state of mind much good.
Jamie, you should do your predictions for the Australian.
I will do, yeah. I'm not think I'm going to have time to do them on camera now.
Don't worry. Okay, he's gone wide on his first serve, Bautista Agut. His second serve win percentage is about 50-50 today. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. Not many double
first serve.
I don't remember any, actually.
No, me either.
Serve. backhand Kokkinakis to the backhand of RBA, forehand Kokkinakis, forehand to forehand now. Oh, my screen has just disappeared at the worst time.
Oh, I'm still on it. So forehand down the line from Kokkinakis, backhand down the line, Bautista Agut. It's quite a neutral rally at the moment, backhand to backhand. And Kokkinakis hits a slice just over the net, and Kokkinakis hits a forehand wide, and that's the match.
Game, set,
Yeah.
match,
Yeah.
RBA. Well,
In 3
missed
sets.
opportunity. So I even had a break point again in that final game.
Yeah. He had his chances for sure. He'll be disappointed with that. But at the end of the day, it's a very respectable title defence as well, I think, from Kokkinakis. And he'll have a few days off before Monday.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be disappointed to lose that in the manner, but as Ghosty says here, exactly, he'll be disappointed to lose that in the manner he did. But listen, if he wins his first round at the Australian Open, everything will be forgotten about. I'm not even sure who he's playing in the first round. Actually, I think it's quite winnable.
No, me either. Let's have a look.
Let me have a quick look who he's playing in the first round in Australia.
Is it Fonini?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I say winnable, but that's probably really... I'll go Kokkinakis, I think. I think that's who I got in my predictions. But that's probably 55-45.
I'll go Kokkinakis, I think. Yeah, 60-40, I reckon.
Yeah, I was thinking about 60-40. But yeah, Kokkinakis seems to be moving well. That's a good sign as well. I would agree with that. But,
by the way, I think in those pre-match predictions, John, we were kind of we were both sort of right. I said 3 sets, and you and Mario said
No, listen. Just to clear it up, because some people wouldn't have heard our pre-match predictions, I went for RBA in straight sets. So did Mario, by the way, who was here for most of the match. Jamie went for Kokkinakis in 3, and it went 3 sets. But I think if you get the eventual winner wrong. You're out. I think Mario and I are close. We didn't get the sets right, but we got the winner right. But I see what you're doing there, clutching at straws. Listen, any final thoughts on today's match, Jamie?
No, just that it was as we've said, Kokkinakis had his chances. Bautista Agut, I guess, just a bit more solid, right? He was absolutely phenomenal at the net. I think he still only lost 2 points, I believe, at the net. I haven't seen the final stats, but he was so solid at the net, so solid on the big points. Kokkinakis slightly more up and down, I think. More spectacular tennis, as you would expect. But yeah, Bautista Agut, I guess, ground out another victory. And I guess how many times have we said that as well?
Indeed. Listen, I will just finish on the Australian Open. Who's going to have a better Australian Open, Kokkinakis or Bautista Agut?
Remind me who Bautista Agut has in the first round.
Oh, dearie me. I was hoping you weren't going to ask me that. But I've got him going through, I'm pretty sure. Roberto Bautista Agut, first round Australian Open.
João Sousa.
Okay. Yeah. I've got him beating the Portuguese. Yeah.
I think he'll get through that. They could possibly play in the third round, couldn't they? Who's going to have a better? Probably Bautista Agut.
Yeah, I think I've got Bautista Agut getting to the third round, maybe even fourth. I don't think I've got him in my.
Kokkinakis. John has the winner. If Kokkinakis beats Fonini, he has the winner of Murray Berrettini, I believe.
Yeah, and I've got Berrettini to win that, and I think I've got Berrettini beating RBA in the third round.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Talking of predictions, etc., I'm going to post the video I did last night, or I posted last night on my predictions. I'm going to post that in the live chat right now, so you can all check out. I know Nick and Ghosty saw this anyway yesterday, so yeah, there we go. But this is the video link to my predictions of every single match in Australia. I suggest you all do the same as well, and let me know in the comments below, or you can also tweet me at Talking Tennis TT with your thoughts on the Australian Open. What's your Twitter handle, Jamie?
It's at Jamie90 Jubon.
There we go. So give Jamie a follow on Twitter and let him know your predictions for the Australian Open. Jamie, a big thank you for today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, John. Thanks everyone.
Yep, we'll be seeing you probably in a week from now. I'm going to go and try and check out this series of what do you call it, the Netflix series, and we'll be seeing you all of it again very soon. I've probably got about 2 or 3 shows per day, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then it all kicks off live on Talking Tennis, 11:30 p.m. on Sunday night GMT, 12:30 p.m. Central European time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time in the US, and various other 30 p.m.s or half past the hours in various other parts of the way. But basically Sunday night in Europe, Sunday afternoon or evening in New York. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you give us a follow on Facebook at Talking Tennis TT as well on Twitter. Get in the comment section below. Get in the comment section everywhere. Give Jamie a follow on Twitter as well. And we'll be speaking to you all very soon. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.